I'm a fan of Dark Souls, that's for sure.
You're gonna be quite surprised. Hello, everybody. This is just I guess, Duncast mini late night. I'm bored. I can't sleep, so let's just do this. We get to
Leroy
watch.
Jenkins style.
Yeah, we just get to do some fun things. I do have a bunch of fun things that I've created. One of them being this.
Ready to make some enemies? You know what? We're burning this bridge!
I'm gonna play that at the beginning of the prequels thing. Whether this comes up before then or not, I'm not sure. Probably will come out. I'll release this Wednesday and say, hey, here, little treat for you guys. Just me and Johan screwing around.
Having fun. I don't think you can see my quotation marks, but fun.
Yes, in giant quotation marks. Yeah. There's another clip that I just barely made. I'm sad that I didn't use this at the end of the Game of Thrones streams, but yeah, this one.
Nice.
It would have been perfect, but now I can only use it as an entrance. But thankfully, I have Superman to smash them. Yeah. So let's talk about fandom. We can kind of breeze through a lot of it.
I already see some beautiful titles like color coding, state of the fandom now, mixed feelings. I'm feeling confused right now.
Yeah.
The code.
Yeah. And then at 2 hours in is the credits.
What credits, and then what do we do now? Oh boy, are they gonna talk about their new book about their fetishes? I think so.
Okay, so I don't know about that bit, but I do know that they're going to be like, so a long planned show following up on fan response in 2013, which can be found on the School of Everything Else archive. I've listened to that. It's boring, not even worth covering. Though it does have Movie Bob on it, and he's just, like, surprisingly not crazy.
Wait, the Fat Man is here as well? Oh boy.
He's not here, but he was on the 2013 show. He's also on their Godzilla King of the Monsters show. He's also on their Batman v Superman show. Okay, so things were becoming more problematic back then, and now 6 years later, matters are worse.
Well, you said it right there. Matters are getting worse with these people.
It is getting worse for the reasons you think. It's the reasons why, because really dumb people are getting these really, like, cushy, well-paid writer jobs, even though they don't have talent. They just are, like, have the same political leanings.
They're just copycats of somebody else's homework. I see.
True. This is a show all about examining where we stand in our fandoms and dispelling the binary black and white, you're either with us or against us mentality that is cultivated.
What? Binary black and white? How do you combine binary with fucking black and white?
Well, okay, so what they're saying is the binary black and white, you're either with us or against us mentality that has cultivated a climate of extreme feeling that we are bombarded with every day. Okay, let's dissect that for a second. The problem with this statement is effectively that it's not it's saying it's something is either good or bad. You're either our friend or you're our enemy. And it's like, that's not the argument. It's that you people have made that the argument. We didn't. We just said we hate this movie, and then you're saying you're racist and sexist. It's just like,
I think you're forgetting something. You're a Nazi, or you're with us.
Yeah. I just
This is stupid.
yeah. Effectively, to that I say
No.
yeah. And just no, flat no. Also, yeah, just and then it's not about exclusion, it's about reclaiming nuance and being comfortable with having mixed feelings. Well, I'm perfectly comfortable with having mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings about the Star Wars prequels. I have mixed feelings about Black Panther, though I'm leaning more towards the Black Panther is bad. I have mixed feelings about Endgame. I have mixed feelings about quite a lot of things. It's just that the problem is there are becoming fewer and fewer things that I have mixed feelings about.
I have very much mixed feelings about the Jurassic World extinction and Jurassic World. I had a lot of mixed feelings about that. When I saw the original 3 ones, at least, Jurassic Park 3 was less bad than the other ones. It had silly jokes, yes, but it was not about running from a T-Rex on here. Or having a screaming black guy acting like a child, being like, it's the bad dead. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And your ears are almost popping and bleeding here.
Or just like, I wish that our favorite franchises weren't being systematically ruined. Like the MCU has been thoroughly ruined at this point. Game of Thrones is thoroughly ruined at this point. Star Wars is being continuously ruined as we speak.
I kind of forgot about that. At least when Game of Thrones season 8 was done and I saw it all, I went to Vikings and I thought by myself, well, this is at least a decent show.
Yeah, I like Vikings.
I really like the King. I really like the King. The English King was really well, good actor.
Yeah, I like. I can't remember his name. I have watched it up to season 3. I just can't remember all of the names. There's so many names in that show.
I have seen until the last season, and still, it was decent. It was still decent, and I really liked how the battle was fought in the end. It was like, having this conversation with each other. The brothers have conversation with each other, and it's like, in the end, somebody got stabbed in the chest. Well, and then the conversation ends because he saw. It's like a philosophical ending, like, damn, I was wrong about you. And then, you have this nice conversation about everything, and then he forgives him, and then he dies. Which is great.
Yeah, that sounds great. I need to get to that point in Vikings. I've only gotten to like season 3 or something.
Well, that's a doable season. I would say season 5 and 6 are actually quite fun to watch because then it gets really cruel with the cultures. You get really culture shocked when you see the different cultures between Vikings and the Russian Siberians.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That is evil. Trust me.
So, without further ado, you ready for pain? I've listened to this quite a few times. But you're really, really going to get pissed at this.
Let's hope it doesn't have those lovely sing-alongs or those jazzy music soundtracks in the middle of the fucking place when they want to go to a new thing.
It is a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's start.
Yeah, let's go.
Welcome to School of Movies. We need to talk about fandom.
This part will be edited out.
Oh, I hope so. For fuck's sake. I'm already regretting everything.
I regret. Basically, it's basically this.
I immediately regret this decision.
Immediately Literally, I was like, yes, the beautiful soundtracks of sing-alongs. Those things that you remember as a back in the day. Well, I was raised with Jumpstyle and Nightcore, for fuck's sake. Not
Yeah.
with this jazzy trash.
Yeah. So basically, what you're also saying is,
I would rather have my testicles shaved by a blind 90-year-old monk with Parkinson's. It'd be a safer bet than going to see this fucking movie.
God damn it, Dunn, I was drinking.
you're welcome.
Oh, man. This is pure fun.
I know, right? It's a fun time with Dunsters.
I want to have fun.
At least, like, I intersperse it with some funny stuff. I need to use some of the stuff, like,
This point, you having me go to that fucking movie is a personal fucking insult.
Yep. It's a personal insult watching this thing with me.
Yep. Let's keep going.
Oh, man. Doopy doopy doo. Ba ba boom. Beep boom boom. Ba ba ba.
Bop,
Boom
boom,
boom.
bop, boom, boom, bop, boom, 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 bop, boom, boom. Oh, I'm actually.
I am
thinking
so
about
high
this
right
song.
now because I can sing along with this song. Oh.
Boom, bop, boom.
Thank God it's over.
Our running mate for the Guillermo del Toro series of podcasts, Lauren Grieve.
Hello again.
Who
Hollywood
is a
actress
is a
and
is a
Vogue
trans
Validate
woman?
show guest
So
on Maya
Wait,
Santandrea.
it's a running mate. How
Hello,
is this
everyone.
trans?
running mate. So this is before she transitioned. And like running mate as in
it's the furry porn
yeah,
fetish person, right? Yeah.
a little bit, yeah. Yeah, this is the person that, like, she was on their every single one of their Guillermo del Toro shows when they did each one of his movies, excluding Mimic and one other movie, I forget which. But yeah, and then you have Karen Negrees and Debbie Morse, who, oh man, these two people, like, they were really, really bad on the Last Jedi podcast. Like, he's the guy who said it was so, like, heartbreaking for me to see my movie boyfriend Poe Dameron screw up, but it was also really cathartic to see my movie boyfriend Poe Dameron learn from those mistakes. It's like, okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
you know what I rather want to do than this? Play Freddy Fish. Yep, that's far better than this. At least I could learn something from it. Counting to 4 or something.
Or this.
I would rather have my testicles shaved by a blind 90-year-old monk with Parkinson's. It'd be a safer bet than going to see this fucking movie.
Yep, it's a far safer bet right now.
Yeah, you'll probably get castrated, but it's probably like your sanity will remain, I suppose.
Yep, definitely.
Alrighty, let's just let it
And
play.
from sequentially yours, 2 of our regulars, Karen Nagisa
Hey there.
and Debbie Morse.
Hello.
Karen and Gisa.
Okay, so
All
I'm
right.
going to begin with a sizable introduction to map out the context and aims of this particular show, because
Can
it's
you hear it
got a long time
okay?
coming, and
A
it might
little
be
bit
one of
louder,
our
please.
most important.
Thank you.
Okay.
It is not a show designed to make everyone miserable or ashamed. Far from it. This is
Wait. This show is not designed to make everybody miserable?
Or
You already successfully failed your task.
Yes. Oh, and it's gonna get worse. Just wait.
it's in response to everyone feeling miserable right now. And
Oh,
a way
yes,
that we
I
can
am.
all do something, no matter how small, to improve things for ourselves and for others. We are
Okay.
all going to try our absolute best to deal in facts rather than opinions, especially
What?
to ensure that this does
Wait. You're not gonna follow
Oh.
the communist line of making sure that you are
Also-
not talking about feelings but facts?
Also,
where was that in Wonder Woman? Where was that in Wonder Woman? I have no idea where that was. Where were your facts? Please tell me.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for later. They mention something in regard to Russian robots and TLJ later. So,
yes, they already are red. I see.
oh no, they think that it was mostly Twitter bots that made people there's like the majority of hate that was received against TLJ and the Rotten Tomatoes reviews.
I'm happy for Twitter bots. They are actually at least right about one thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't become
Long
too
live the
heated or
bots.
depressing. And it's not about pushing people away, it's about preventing arguments you might have in future if nobody wins.
Okay. How is? Oh God. All right. So you're trying to prevent such arguments from happening, but then you're playing the Nazi songs of Germany at the end of that conversation. Great job. Excellent.
Also, here's the thing: you are actively like going to take pot shots against people who hate TLJ, and also here's the thing about fandom. And
when it comes to fans, it is a fan's right to have whatever opinion they want to have. And people are going to be upset because, especially when you're talking about books or games, I don't necessarily consider that toxic. I just consider that passionate.
Yeah. Actually, yes. If you have a fandom, you have the right to talk. If a fan has the right to tell how they feel about their fandom, and if you fucking ruin it, well, I guess the fans can be upset.
Yeah.
But you need to accept that and then change, or well, otherwise your products are not going to be selling anymore. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's basics.
Yeah. Watch this face for Wheel of Time and Lord of the Rings.
Oh boy.
I am. Please do not make Egwene a psycho-feminist. Please, for the love of all that is holy, do not do that to my girl. I love Egwene.
But Dunn, think about the possibilities of all those creepy guys living in their parents' rec room, probably eating their potato chips right now.
One thing,
and they're eating the chips.
I wonder if Wisp is active. I'd actually like to have Wisp on. Well, I know that Wisp, if we do bring on Wisp on, we're going to be here for 6 hours probably.
Oh.
I love Wisp, but he's very verbose, and he could probably talk for hours about the Wheel of Time casting and how much he hates it. I think I showed it to him, and his immediate reaction was, I think it was best characterized as this.
What?
God damn it! My fucking drink again.
My comedic timing is perfect, I see.
Yes. I was just like, this is probably not that bad to drink right now. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he was like, who is this? That is not Egwene. What is this flat-chested, skinny-armed mutant that I see before me? He went off. It was amazing. I am so sad I was not recording. Yeah. But let's keep going.
All right. We're listening to the beautiful music of Germany.
After the response to The Last Jedi, I facetiously pronounced fandom dead because the discourse had become so poisoned, so ludicrous, that it was just too hard to love something anymore. I mean what I said, and this show is about addressing that and finding some kind of...
Wait. What? You're saying that the Phantom Man is dead? You're saying that
fandom in general is dead, killed by fans.
No. It was your fault that you ruined it, but alright. I guess, fans still exist, but they don't want to talk with you anymore. I don't know why. I don't know how you managed it, but you did it. Congratulations.
Also, basically, he's saying that the discussion has become so toxic, so ludicrous that it becomes pointless to love anything, and you're chasing fans out.
Well, that sounds bad. No, you can just still talk about fandoms. If You can talk about Disney movies whatever you want to do, as long as you like it. If you like if you like the new Disney movies and you talk about that with another person that also likes the new Disney movies, congratulations, you're both fans of the new Disney. But if somebody who has only the opinions of the old Disney movies that like it, and they talk about the old Disney movies, and the other person also likes the old Disney movies, congratulations, those are also two fans talking about fandom.
Though one person is usually saner than the other. I'll leave it up to the people who are watching this to decide who's saner.
I have no idea who. Let's roll the dice for it.
Yeah. It's the latter, folks.
Oh no.
And of comfortable place within fandom again, effectively resurrecting it. So please forgive me if a lot of this
fucking
we need to talk about.
I knew it.
Resurrect fandom. Fandom is dead, killed by fans.
First, you need a holy site. Check. Some dark candles. Some blood of a virgin. I guess that's easy to come by these days. And then.
But it won't be an attractive virgin, though.
No. Full of toxic, of course. And then.
It'll be contaminated with certain products that we will not mention here.
Yes. Some animals were hurt in this kind of product.
Oh, so they're drinking. Oh, wow. I'd never heard the thing that they're just basically living off of animal cum.
Well, according to some of these people that live in this show, yes.
It makes sense that it's rotted their brain.
So it turns out to be I need to talk about, because I do, and there's a weight I need to unload, and in doing so, if I don't fuck it up, a lot of people may feel a little bit lighter as well.
Congratulations, you already did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You fucked it up, boy.
Yep.
Big time.
Yeah. Let's let Parody get some really
have
bad
to talk
arguments.
much about these guys again for the rest of the year. That is until episode 9
these
comes
guys.
out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, he's expecting the episode.
You won't be able to escape them. Back in late 2013,
Wait, these guys you cannot escape? Oh my god. Are you talking about yourself?
No, he's talking about us.
Oh my god.
They're not self-aware. They're not that self-aware.
Damn it. I thought I had my stealth checks correctly this time. There goes my advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're basically saying that, like, I want to not talk about fandom for a while, and I specifically want to not talk about those guys in reference to people like us who hate TLJ and tear it apart and, like, say this is probably the worst.
But
like,
you said that we need to use facts rather than feelings, and we are using facts, and then you don't accept those facts. Then what is wrong with your opinion? Because then it is actually contradicting your whole statement that you want to use facts instead of feelings, but you're actually using the feelings to contradict our facts. So technically, you're in the wrong then, and that is bad.
Well, and also, like, you hated Rise of Skywalker too, so hee-hee-hoo. Well,
Rise of Skywalker was yes, Mary Sue, beginning of the Sue-ness. Yes, I forgot about that one.
Well, okay, so they didn't hate Rise of Skywalker initially. They were pretty forgiving, and like they wanted to kind of push back against the outpouring of hate from both sides. But then they realized later, yeah, this is really disappointing and not very good. And it's especially bad that Rey got a Palpatine, because it means that she got her power from a man rather than getting it from nowhere.
But that is the whole plot. Don't you see? This is all that is left of the rotten jagged tooths of Star Wars these days. It's only Sues, because you have this black woman Sue, you have Rey Sue, you have these comic Sues, and well, there's nothing more left to sue upon.
You have the stereotypical black man simping for the white woman.
Yes. Also, you have Rock Sue. So, but Rocco is cool. All right, Rocco is the real Jedi here. He is at least having a personality. He's stone hard.
Yeah. He can go all night long, baby.
Oh yeah, baby. He's a stone hard killer right there.
Yep.
Put together a show with guests Daniel Floyd, Lily Scoldeferri, and Bob Chipman called Fan Response. It was a
What? Hot Chipmunk and Fandomans? What?
Bob Chipman.
Bob
Bob.
Chipman.
Movie Bob, yeah.
I see.
Oh, they're good buddies. He's frequently been on their show, and they give him a shout out at nearly every episode. Even though Movie Bob is freaking insane.
Have you seen his amount of cans he has at his apartment? Damn, that's a lot of cans he drinks.
Have you seen
Explains his
his
style.
Twitter? He sounds like a Nazi.
What? What is Twitter again? I was living on a rock these days.
Are you aware of the Movie Bob neo-Nazi quiz?
No, I have not tested out yet, but I have took a personality test, and apparently, I am totally neutral.
Let's keep going. We're only 2 minutes in, dang, and we got 2 hours left. We should probably just
That's
let it play.
doable. That's doable.
protracted
Come on.
discussion about how toxic, controlling elements of fandom had manifested over the years within our lifetimes. The main scenario we started with was the 1993 turn to evil and subsequent death of that beloved Silver Age Hal Jordan as Green Lantern in comics. He was replaced by Kyle Rayner. A lot of Green Lantern readers didn't like Kyle or didn't like what was done to Hal, and some of them campaigned to have the decision undone by DC Comics, and their hero returned. They formed a group called Hal's Emerald Action Team, or HEAT, and bear in mind that this was the early 90s before most of us were online. They stuck it to DC, and after only 9 years, in 2004, when Jeff Johns wrote the new Rebirth storyline, Hal was finally brought back. The thing is, 9 years is an indescribably long time in comics. Superman had died, been replaced by a bunch of substitute teachers, and been reborn with a mullet, all within the year of 1993. And that action in itself, as professional disgraced asshat Max Landis said, quite rightly, killed death in comics. Because after Superman died...
Well, you just made a new black Superman, so I don't see how Superman died.
Also, there's kind of the question is, I don't really trust you with certain things when it comes to what are bad people and what are not good.
Oh, yeah, of course, because I have not the knowledge of knowing, so yeah. Of course you don't trust me, Dunn. I fully understand.
Oh, no, I trust you fully. I just don't trust these people.
What? You don't trust their facts and knowledge? Probably they have read it all of a wiki. That can everybody add it. That's the basic 101 knowledge when you want to write an article. You're not supposed to pick it off wiki. You're supposed to pick it off facts that are around the whole damn place. You need to compare facts to see if it all is right.
And it was Max Landis, right?
Mm-hmm. Max Landis.
Oh, sexual assault allegations.
See.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a trustworthy person.
Also, so a couple things. So, Anna Akana accused him of sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
His ex-girlfriend Whitney Moore accused him of the same thing.
Ooh, nice.
The Daily Beast published accusations from 8 different women,
Cool.
describing him as a serial rapist, gaslighter, physical and psychological abuser.
That's one more for my bingo. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So,
I think this guy is a good guy, according to my bingo list.
Okay, in this case, I'll say this guy, not a good guy. Also, like looking at his filmography, most of his movies are bad. Like Victor Frankenstein. Okay, I don't know about that one. I thought it was I Frankenstein for a second. Bright is awful. Bright is really bad. American Ultra, I've heard nothing but mixed things. It just seems like, yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah.
But yeah, those facts that you just just figured out. Well, he didn't say that in this beautiful place. So
yeah.
and came back, that meant everyone could, and they did. But not HAL, not yet. There seems to be no correlation between DC bringing HAL back in 2004 and the 1993 Heat backlash. We talked that over among many other scenarios on that fan response show, and one of the major ones we covered was Mass Effect 3. A situation where a petition of some 13,182 supporters demanded that BioWare change what was perceived by them as an unsatisfactory ending. That sounds like a lot of people, but here's the thing, and I said this back then, that game sold 6 million copies. It is hard to wrap your head around that big a number. To put it in perspective...
Pause.
Yeah.
All right. They sold 6 million copies. Then still a game can be bad from a narrative perspective, for fuck's sake.
He's just saying that like the BioWare capitulated to a small local minority, and that made fandom toxic because they could dictate to the artist what could be done and what not could be done.
Yeah, but Mass Effect 3 had terrible endings. There were like only 3 or something. I felt like, there was so much missing in that game compared to the other 2.
Never played it. I just have heard that it's bad, and like I know.
Let's say you write down a story and you have 3 endings. Option A, you blow up the moon. Option B, you don't blow up the moon. Option 3, you sacrifice yourself to make sure that the moon doesn't get blown up. The end. Also, space children. Aha.
That sounds dumb.
I know. That is Mass Effect 3 in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Thank me later.
Yeah, I have no interest in Mass Effect. Like I've heard that like even like Mass Effect 2 is kind of Tizzy from Smudboy, and I'm usually down to agree with him.
I'd rather play Red Faction Guerrilla with a better storyline.
I'll play Battlefield Earth. That's actually got a coherent storyline.
Oh, by the way, there is a new mod for it. I figured out Flames of Shadow or something with new heroes and all that stuff. It is so cool. The Battlefield Middle-earth one.
I tried doing the mods, but they kind of made the game for me run worse.
That's true because the original game can run really fine on old PCs, and
Yeah. And also, like I just couldn't download the mods up to a certain point. It was really frustrating.
Shame. Well, at least, you can still play with Game Ranger. You can still play online, so that's good.
Oh, I just have the original, discs.
Yeah, I also have the discs. They're like 50 euros now. Fucking insane expensive.
Yeah, they're really expensive. It's insane how much money they cost.
Same now goes for Rome 1. Rome to the Wall 1.
Mm-hmm.
$30. Ugh.
The nice thing is, at least Age of Empires 2, the definitive edition, with everything from all the Age of Empires 2 games and expansions, is only $20. So I was like, yes.
And it is worth it. The mod community is actually quite great.
Mm-hmm.
The custom games are so fun.
Just a single percentile, 1%, 1 in 100 of the people who bought that game is 60,000. The 13,000 and change who signed that petition were not even a quarter of that 1%. Think about that very small sliver of the overall pie chart, because that's what we're talking about tonight. Less than a quarter of 1% of the fans got BioWare to cave and put together a new ending to satisfy them. They spoke for the other 99.75% of us. Their number was so small in the grand scheme of things, it would show up on a budget sheet as a variable.
What? So you're saying oh no, they ruined my franchise because they wanted to have a different ending. Of course they wanted to have a fucking different ending. The other ending sucked.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Whining piece of shit.
Yeah, I feel the need to bring in this one.
Fuck you, 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 fuck you!
I have so many funny clips.
yeah, these people are stupid. These people are stupid. Like, yeah, let's say that these people are only 1%. Then still, 1% of the franchise is still a lot. All right. It doesn't matter if they are unsatisfied with the ending, but if you look at the fandom and you see that the ending sucked, then well, congratulations, you need to fix that. Or you can, let the whole franchise die, which it did.
Also, another thing, that's just the ones who signed the petition.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only people who knew about the petition.
Ah, see that there is your snake under the grass. They knew, those people only knew. The rest didn't.
Yeah. And how do we know that there weren't other people, a larger percentage of that 6 million, right?
Yeah, but if you for instance just ask if you ask all the people that bought the game about their ending, and then you have a whole graphic of did it suck? Yes, 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 no, yes, 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 no. That's why it's so very nice to have those reviews on Steam, because you can actually see what the reasons are, and you can most likely see oh, well, this is received negative. How? Well, according to these people, this and this happened. Ah, all right, thanks.
Yeah.
I will not buy this game.
And also, here's the thing of if that's also not taking into account how many tried to return it that didn't sign the petition.
Yep.
That they could have. They aren't giving us that information, which is a weird thing. So
nowadays with AAA games, you can no longer do the refund because they are actually well, we don't want to make you the refund. We already have your money for a half-baked game, so no. That's why I love Steam, because every single fucking thing is you want a refund? All right. Have you played less than 2 hours? All right, here you go. No questions asked.
That sounds great.
That is awesome.
Qualifying as an acceptable loss to pretty much any stable business. BioWare backpedaled. They went back in and changed their art designed to evoke an emotional response because of that minuscule amount of angry boys.
Doesn't exist.
A minuscule amount of angry boys. Oh man.
But they're still. Have you seen Mass Effect? Their lovely animations in their face. It's like talking to good morning, sir. How are you doing today? With literally a straight face, which cannot tell any emotion most of the time.
I think they're referring to the fact that a lot of people thought that the ending of Mass Effect 3 was beautiful. Idiots like Film Crit Hulk and these people.
It is not beautiful. It is terrible. It's just seeing something blow up or not blow up or space children. There you go.
Yeah, I think in Film Crit Hulk's review of it, he actually took a pot shot at Jeremy Johns, who criticized the ending as saying it sucked. And he said, "Screw this guy." It's Film Crit Hulk, your arguments are terrible. I agree with some of your positions, like Michael Bay is probably a sociopath or has sociopathic tendencies. I fully agree with that. But on everything else, I have only this question to ask.
Actually, this is stupid.
Think before you do. You are wasting your entire life. Think.
Yeah, we're almost quarter of an hour. We're only 5 minutes, and this is going to be we need to keep.
This is going to be a long one.
Oh yes, this is going to be a long one.
It's notable that Sir Arthur Conan Doyle caved in the same damn way, bringing Sherlock Holmes back from the dead to appease angry fans. He killed his creation in 1893's The Final Problem. Then, 8 years later, beginning in 1901, he wrote Hound of the Baskervilles, set before this event. And by the way, thank God he did. That's one of his best. And then, after 2 more years of fans refusing to believe Holmes was dead, in 1903, he finally backpedaled with The Adventure of the Empty House, and Holmes got better from his brush with the Reaper.
Got better.
But modern audiences weren't alive back then to experience the giddying high of forcing an author to appease you. I said at the time in 2013, when we recorded Fan Response, like some podcasting Cassandra, that this was a seriously dangerous modern-day precedent to be set. That this was a seriously dangerous modern-day media precedent. Had BioWare stood their ground and said plainly, no, This is the ending to Mass Effect 3, and we are proud of the years of hard work that all of us have put in bringing this series to you.
Microtransactions everywhere. Very hard work indeed. Everything is sealed behind walls. Great.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you. I don't like to buy DLCs for just making sure that I can finally have some horse armor. Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking.
No.
Indeed.
It is a fan's right to not just a fan, a product purchaser, the customer's right to complain about a defective, awful product.
Like
And-
Skyrim, for instance. It's a defective product, but it is a good product. Why? Because you could mod it, alright? But then Bethesda was like, you know what? We're gonna make you pay for our mods now. And everybody's like, no, fuck off. And they were like, alright, then we will introduce the special edition. Ooh, and then the modders were like, alright, how can we crack this code?
or even that you have like something like Cyberpunk 2077, which is basically like the game of problems.
I still need to get some better RAM just to play it because I really like the gameplay, alright? I really like to have like these customization of beating people up with a hammer, seeing their skull crushed and all that stuff. I really have that satisfaction upon those type of games because I really enjoyed Cyberpunk. I even played it on the hardest difficulty, alright? Hardest difficulty. And I won. Why? Because I made a melee person who had a hammer in his hand and be like, bish, bash, bosh, and then go further, and then bish.
I've just heard that like 2077 has like a lot of like just technical like.
Oh yes,
like,
it has
absurd,
problems.
Like,
Definitely.
Would
like, not recommend it.
Yeah.
Still not in this state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I had my fun.
Definitely
had my fun.
What were the people doing? Were they just sitting on their butts smoking cocaine off of hookers' butts all that time and just didn't notice?
Surprise butt sex FBI agents opening up behind your back while you're sniping somebody.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
Sent a very clear message. Instead, EA panicked at the idea of being reviled. They sent the clear message that if you don't like a piece of entertainment and if you scream loudly enough about it, the creators will change it for you. And things have become measurably worse in the years since.
All right, well, congratulations. This is now very old because EA doesn't give a shit anymore about customer satisfaction. Look at the FIFA. It is still the same FIFA. It's just, a little bit. It's now one number more. Oh, and they even removed more features and then put those into DLCs. Gambling issues, check. Let's see. What is more with EA that is now literally fucking bullshit? Most of the franchises are literally now paywalls of paywalls. So, yeah. They didn't really listen to the fans anymore.
There's also the significant issue of the fact that you people are doing the same thing. You just want woke stuff in your movies. You're doing the exact same thing.
I forgot about that. We want to rewrite art. We want to make sure that those titties are no longer shown. We want to let females look more manly and then make them into a full man and then make that man look into a female looking man. Ah, yes. Lovely art.
Well, actually,
I swear.
It's funny. This guy has said on his thing of, I think it's his Lost Boys, their Lost Boys review. He said, and I quote, "I miss sex scenes in movies."
Well,
that's because movies have become more of a family entertainment thing, and sex is
family
kind of
friendly.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, sex is kind of as a element of storytelling or even like a draw, has mostly gone to like hyper R-rated television.
Sex scenes are actually only used if you want to tell it through the feelings of something. If you have like a more emotionally driven story, then yes, maybe sex scenes will fit the scene. But as long as the scene doesn't need a sex scene, you don't have to use a sex scene. That's the main problem.
Exactly.
And then I think probably he has a horny fetish of seeing sex scenes because he wants to be horny all the time, I guess.
Which is weird because he's married for two. Like,
well,
his
then he
wife
has
is
bad
multiple-
sex life, I guess. Well, but if he's horny all the time, then apparently the woman is not providing a good job, isn't he? You're better off hiring a hooker.
Oh, that was perfect. Stream over. We're done. No, we're gonna keep going, but
sorry, I was a little bit too concrete.
Oh, that was great.
I was just thinking way too logic. I'm not supposed to do that.
Well, that's what happens when you use facts logic.
Yeah, you come to the conclusion that somebody has trouble in their own married life.
Yep.
What are the odds? No
Yep.
wonder.
Let's keep going.
Those gamers who signed the petition treated art like a product, like they were complaining that Coke's new pull tabs hurt their fingers.
Yes.
And because they
games
won, they felt
are
a sense of
art.
power and control and ownership, galvanizing the argument made at the time that since they had invested dozens of hours into playing Commander Shepard, they had as much right to alter the story to their liking as the people who actually spent several years of their lives making the game. They claimed since the theme of the game was all about choice, that they should be able to choose a different ending.
Yes.
I'm not going
that
to
is
go
the
into
whole
why
point.
I feel this is a wrong-headed take-home on that game, but we did
No.
an epic length.
No, it was not, because you had choices in the first one, you had choices in the second one, and in the third one, the choices were lackluster. They were not even there. Until then, finally, EA actually changed it to, you have 3 endings now. Boom, no boom, and magical children. Oh.
Huh.
See? That is the main problem. Also,
Also,
they,
Didn't they have beta testers who said this sucks
yes,
and they
it
ignored them?
sucked.
And they ignored them?
Yes, that is the main idea. You know, that's the
Don't
same is now
do
happening with
that.
the same is now happening with Amazon. You know, the new online multiplayer, massive online multiplayer game is literally being tested, and everybody's like, "Hey, we don't want microtransactions in your game," and they are like, "Oh, let's put some microtransaction in it," and then everybody's getting fucking mad about it, and then they are like,
Yeah, because
What?
microtrans.
I think Am I in the wrong here? No, it must be the players.
Because nobody who likes microtransactions. Just include the microtransactions in the cost of the game.
But it's a paid game, so you're gonna have microtransactions also to make sure that you have advantages? Oh my god, what?
Play to
So
win.
literally, you're gonna ruin somebody else's. Like, you have one person that plays for 1 hour, and the other person is playing for 1 hour, but the other one is already level 70 at the beginning of the game, and the other one is level 1.
Stop with the play to win BS.
Indeed, that is so
Yeah.
unfair. Trust me.
Also, here's the thing.
That's how it feels!
Yeah. That's how it feels to have your like art actually be a certain standard.
Yes.
And also like him saying that's a wrong-headed take home is really stupid because isn't everything subjective?
I have seen some weird art, alright? I have literally seen a shark being cut down into pieces and then put into and then liquefied to put into a box, and then you have like all these shark parts adding up and then put on display, and it's like, all right, so this is art now. Yeah, this is art now. All right, I'm fine with it. And then the other one is a banana,
or
golden.
Or at some point I need to get the nostalgia critic shark thing. Actually, let me actually show that. I feel like that's applicable, well, at some point, as like a palette
7
thing.
minutes in an hour.
Yeah, they're idiots. Like I told you, this is really bad. This is one of their worst.
I noticed. They're talking about Mass Effect in the wrong ways. How? How did you fail to misunderstand it? Jeez. I was rather off playing Empire Earth, the broken edition, because it's such a shame I cannot play that game anymore.
Yeah.
Windows 10 doesn't work on it. It's such a good game though. Such a good game. Empire Earth.
Oh, so okay. So okay, I'll put it, I have it reserved for when we get into something really bad, when they talk about really bad, something bad. But let's start.
Show on Mass Effect 3 for you to check out on the School of Everything Else archive feed right now.
I've listened to this. They barely talk about it. They mostly just field a bunch of different reviews of the same game. And they barely talk about it. And it's really frustrating. I was just like, I don't even know what happens in this game. You're just talking about the controversy. Just talk about the freaking game.
We need concepts. We need to know what you're talking about. Please, if somebody did not know about this game, he will probably be like, continue, please. Okay. I want to be going over this. No more. Please stop it. Move onward.
Okay. Let me see. Correct. Okay. So mass. School of everything else. School of everything else. Let me see. Where is... not even... Okay, let me look. Find the length of that.
All right, so finally at 23 minutes, it's gonna be about a color wheel. Oh, all right.
Okay, so for reference, the color wheel that he's referring to is this thing right here.
Yeah.
It's a...
let's hope we can reach that.
Let me share the screen.
Yes.
Or
sharing screens.
For the image. This is the image that he is referring to. And they're going to go through each and every one of these.
All right, so you have obsession, which they have, of course, with a lot of things. Hatred, they also have that. They dislike some stuff, yes, all right. Dislike, but still see some merit. All right, well, nah. Meh. Meh. Meh meh. Indifference. Meh. I like with reservations. Reservations? Is that like, you ordering a beer or something? Like, I like to order a beer at 7 p.m. and I want that beer right then.
More like it's they like it, but there's like problematic elements of it. Like an example would be, say, let me think. The first Raimi movie, the Raimi Spider-Man movies.
The first movies. All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The movies that were actually quite great.
They
were good at that time. Trust me. I really liked it.
Oh my gosh, their Mass Effect 3 thing is 4 hours long.
Yes, I know. That's why you're not supposed to listen to that, because they're constantly complaining about every single fucking thing.
Oh no, the School of Movies podcast on Mass Effect 3 is 4 hours long.
No. Let's leave that into a closet for another time, all right?
Yeah, but I had to bring it up. I had to.
I almost died there for looking at that number. Whoa.
Also, okay.
Doctor Who? Miss Marvel? Oh boy.
So this one actually caught me off guard. I thought this was very funny. Guess what
The
I just
Legend of
found as I
Korra?
was. Guess what I found is Gamergate,
Gamergate. Ooh. That is old.
and it's 3 hours long.
Why can they not have like 30 minutes about it or something? No, they must talk about it every single day for more than 3 hours long. It's like, what the hell? Probably they're gonna be talking about pansexual success or something. I don't know. Fuck it.
Mm,
I have high hopes that that will be the main thing they are gonna be talking about anyway.
mhm.
But yeah, quick question: why is love blue? Literally, why is love blue in that place? Not
No
supposed to
particular
be
reason.
pink or
particular
something?
reason.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know. And then secure love is like thing is the only thing that I have secure love for these days is the old MCU movies and Lord of the Rings and a few select TV shows.
Secure love. Peanut butter. Yes,
Indeed.
secure love is peanut butter. I always eat peanut butter every single day. Peanut butter with chocolate hill. Well, look at that. That's my secure love. You cannot get rid of it. That's secure love. Love is I like my cell phone because it's actually quite handy. And my PC. That's my love. Oh, my beauty, my beast.
Or like I have secure love for Henry Cavill. There's nothing that man can do that will make me hate him.
Secure love. I secure love my dog. I can always take him everywhere wherever I want, and he will never bite me. So that's good.
Yep. Let us continue into the Mouth of Madness. We'll let it play for like 5 minutes and let's see what happens.
Yeah. Let's hope that it's not
At
about
the time, I invoked Annie Wilkes. That's Kathy Bates' character in Stephen King's Misery, a woman who ties the author of her favorite book series to a bed and won't let him leave until he rewrites his most recent novel to her appeasement. But like a disease, things have advanced worryingly in the years since. Now that fandom's most obnoxious had won a major victory and remolded the worlds to their liking, both fictional and real, too many began feeling that intoxicating sense of ownership like never before. Star Wars in 2015 was already in trouble, as a lot of longtime fans were furious at having lost the expanded universe, a collection of dozens of books and hundreds of comics written over the past 38 years with the approval of Lucasfilm. It was never coordinated back in the day, with many authors approaching the further adventures of Luke and Leia and Han post-Return of the Jedi from different angles that were all regarded as canon. Suddenly, with the stroke of a pen, they weren't canon anymore because there wasn't a cat's chance in hell that Disney were going to allow themselves to be constrained by storylines that the vast, vast, vast majority of cinema goers don't even know about. Disney made their own new canon with blackjack and Nazis, and because the first new film was deliberately vague by design
Congratulations, you described the whole Star Wars saga. The newest.
Also, I do agree that the continuity of Star Wars, just by virtue of its sheer scope, is insanely convoluted.
Yeah, but Disney should have allowed the canon of the original European comic books. Why? Because they could actually use that as a whole as a beginning for a new storyline. Why? Because then you can see what other authors have done to make a decent story, and then you would have at least a decent, believable story instead of having Trash Ray being trashy like Trashless. I don't know.
Honestly, I would actually much prefer it if Ray were trashy. Like, at least there would be some eye candy there.
But Ray is so dull in personality. It's like there is nothing that you like about Ray. It's like, she is.
Didn't you know, Johan? She's way more complex than Luke is, and Kylo Ren is way more complex than Darth Vader.
What? Crybaby is more complex than Darth Vader? What?
That's an argument that they make in their Rise of Skywalker review.
I could even write a better villain than that Kylo Ren of a crybaby that always cries about everything and gets angry really fast. And I will kill that person because I got promoted. No. That's not how you're supposed to write a person. You need to write a person that is calm and then loses his shit when things go bad. All right, when you have a major defeat, but not have like a tiny little defeat of these rebels just escaped, and then it's like, oh no, I'm gonna kill a person. No, you just make sure that they are getting punished by getting their hat kicked in by a big giant fist in their face. Like, I let the rebels escape. Bow, and then straight into the wall. You know, that would be a good way, but not like I will kill this guy because he let those rebels. No,
I feel like this is
far too angry.
I feel like this is an appropriate moment to bring this clip in.
Oh,
looking for adventure. Yeah, darling, all the birds get out there.
Okay. Let me make one thing perfectly clear. This is not jumping the shark. Repeat that again. This is not jumping the shark. No. This is jumping the shark, coming back, shooting it in the balls, raping it, eating its flesh, consuming its soul, mounting its head on the wall, and then doing the same thing that 12 more fucking sharks just fucking say.
Well, there you describe Kylo Ren for you.
And the entirety of the sequel trilogy.
Yep.
However,
oh my God,
where they are 3 decades after Return of the Jedi, to allow fans, both new and old, to imagine what the new state of the galaxy far, far away was like.
It's the same, but with Nazis.
Yeah, and kind of it was deliberately vague in order to allow people to theorize about the 30-year difference. And then they started filling it in, and it's just like both the movies don't make sense and the books don't make sense.
Nope.
So
the books are as stupid as always, and they have those Rey-Sui effects that have no consequences whatsoever to the universe, unless Rey decides to do it. So, there you go. I described it really quickly for you.
A lot of events and people and storylines didn't turn out like some fans had hoped. The Force Awakens presented questions. The Last Jedi presented answers, and both evoked ire. The problem is that the angry fans are still in the minority. They don't represent all of...
Wait, the angry fans are in the minority. Have you checked your privilege, sir? I would like to see your license right there.
Yeah, a little bit yeah.
Are you actually this stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
doubts.
Yeah.
Definitely doubting about that, sir. Yeah. Definitely doubting about that. If I would ask Shiny how many people he has with his fandom about Star Wars, probably he would have been having more people than you have. Yeah.
Also Mahler. Also Critical Drinker.
I think even LD likes it.
WCB. All in all, this argument.
Not impressed.
It's so weak. I could break it with my own damn fingers. Like, poof, it's gone. Oh.
I can pee on it and it breaks.
Or even half of the approximately 133 million butts on seats that went to see The Force Awakens. It made $2 billion and scored very highly with critics. The Last Jedi made $1.3 billion, which is still amazing money when you consider that the only two movies that
the Transformers movies made over $1 billion. Does that mean the Transformers movies are good?
No, they're not good. They're literally cash grab cows of cows. With additional cows, adding to the cow-tastic experience that make cows even better.
Also, 3-minute conversations about masturbation.
What?
Did you forget about that moment in the first movie where they have a 2-minute conversation about their son's masturbatory habits?
Oh God! I forgot.
That's the thing. That's the magic of Michael Bay. You forget a lot of the awful things in his movies.
But Hey, at least you know I now remember that. That's fun.
Or
Great, thanks, Dunn.
Or the dogs screwing twice. And they're two different breeds of dogs. It's just, and they even make a joke about it. The film even comments it like Lenny, stop dominating Frankie. I wish I were joking.
Oh, it's like not watching the Snyder cut of Superman. The one that we saw with Superman. I did not saw the Snyder cut version first, and there was a whole joke. There were a lot of jokes about old people robbing banks and all that stuff. It was like, what?
Yeah, or the mom having a pot brownie moment into, or Deep Wang, the bathroom atrocity.
Jeez.
That's the magic of Michael Bay. You forget a lot of the awful stuff in it. You just kind of completely forget about it because it's so boring and you're tuned out and you're waiting for the robots. Then you just don't realize, oh wait, these movies are garbage.
What? Garbage? No.
Oh, well, these people have had multiple Transformers shows about ripping apart Michael Bay's movies. And they say that Optimus Prime was seriously ruined, and yet they say that Luke Skywalker was perfectly in character.
What?
To that I respond,
That's how I feel!
Yeah, that's an epic fail, man. That's an epic fail. Jeez.
Yeah. And
Luke Skywalker was literally torn to pieces in those movies. It was literally like, hey, you have now a plant that is depressive instead of a fucking character.
Yeah. And also Optimus Prime is just as horrifically assassinated in the Transformers movies. He is a psychotic mess in
Well, it is a robot after all. He's not supposed to have feelings.
Have you
I know exactly what Optimus Prime's supposed to be, and that is not how it's supposed to be Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime is basically a benevolent dad. That's his character. And yet he's saying, we will kill all of them, and then rips out Megatron's spine after decapitating him. Yeah,
yes. Yes, the same time as Rey turning evil. Oh no, what a surprise. It's a plot twist. And then it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Or just execution style just executes Sentinel Prime as a traitor. Just puts his gun to his head as he's begging for mercy and just shoots him.
What? Jeez, Optimus Prime, please be the normal person and be like, you're justice, but you're not justice, murder justice. No, you're just, righteous.
You're not psychotic. You're not psychotic.
Yes, indeed. You would, if somebody would say, please spare me, you would try to teach him all the right way afterwards.
Yep. Also, how dare you misuse the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few line and have Leonard Nimoy say it? Screw you, Michael Bay.
Well, this is at least not as bad as fucking Lion King with the awesome, cool-looking new emotions in all the animals. Oh.
Aslan in 2008 looks better than that.
Yes, I know, right? And even a more better thing, yeah.
Also,
the whole songs were ruined. The songs were so fucking ruined. They did not use the original soundtrack, the original voice actors or the original. Yeah. I was like,
be prepared. So
Hakuna Matata. I was literally watching Hakuna Matata soundtrack. I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? This is not my stuff.
Yep. Let's keep going.
Force Awakens didn't outstrip were Titanic and Avatar. So basically, The Force Awakens made an amount of money so obscene and huge that you can't even really judge cinema against it. So,
yes, you can. You can judge. You can judge a fucking
quality.
movie even if it makes money.
You can judge its quality by the fact that, like, it's basically built on a string of contrivances. Just because J.J. Abrams is not a smart writer. Either.
It looks pretty though, but it is a
very
terrible writer.
And also, like, Force Awakens was going to make $1 bajillion no matter how bad it was. It just had to be, like, not have 1930s style acting or, like, and more obvious practical effects. That's all it really needed.
Also, the good news is, have you ever seen somebody going to the movies or buying the DVDs of the new Star Wars? I have not. I have nobody in my friends group who bought that thing.
They're also going to make the argument that, oh, toy sales are down. Yeah, toy sales rot. Yes, toy sales have been going down for years. This is not news. It's like,
it's old news.
Ooh, that is not a good take. Like, do you realize how obsessive Star Wars toy fan collectors are? Like, if they like the character, they will buy it. Like, they will. There are people all over the place who bought prequel character action figures for characters that didn't even have lines in the movies.
Well, it sounds like the same thing as an anime collector with dolls and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, if you like the character, then you buy the character, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So 1.3 billion for The Last Jedi.
Don't give a shit
pretty
about
good.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Way too much. It didn't deserve it.
When you consider that Attack of the Clones made $649 million, people were going back to see these films 2 or 3 times. There was a great deal of goodwill and excitement for Star Wars. But if you take the minority of those who didn't like Last Jedi and subdivide it, you have a lot of very...
Well, here's the problem. At least half of the people who, like, saw it didn't like it.
They just went to it because their friends wanted to watch it. Then their friends were like, oh my god, this sucked. And then, they get invited to another friend, and then they watch it together again because, that's what friends do. They go together to a movie to watch something with popcorn.
Also, just because you paid to see it does not mean that it's
good.
That you like it. Also, I do have to admit that fan petitions to get it changed are about as legitimate as activism. They're both equally stupid and pointless. And honestly, like, do people really care about activists, like, waving signs around? They can't do anything. They are not doing any harm to these people. Why would they care?
It's like, you want to go green, so you buy yourself a piece of land in Scotland and then place a tree. Yeah, it works.
No. Or no, I'm thinking just you, like, are trying to fight a shark with seawater.
Well, technically you need to fight a shark with fresh water. Unless it's a bull shark, then you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, then you're screwed. Let's keep
going.
Like,
you want to go swimming in swim in the fresh water?
We have 2 hours left. At least with the mixed feelings stuff, it's probably this, like, it's when they get into, like, fan obsession. It's just like, yes, we love it, and we're annoyed that it's low quality, and we would like it to be better, and the only way that we can do it is complain about it, because because Disney really capitulated with Rise of Skywalker. Like, they really, really capitulated to us. They're just stupid.
They went really bad. They wanted to do everything live action. Well, congratulations, but live action doesn't work all the time.
Well, I was talking about, like, with Rise of Skywalker, it seemed as though, like with Rise of Skywalker was like a giant course correction away from Last Jedi, like in every possible way.
True.
It's just the problem is they brought on Chris Terrio and J.J. Abrams. Two men who are really, really, really stupid.
Well, I thought that Dumb and Dumber were also into the mix, put into the mix in the Holy Triangle.
Well, the thing is, they didn't have anything to do with Rise of Skywalker. They were brought in to do a trilogy, and then they got booted like 2 days after they humiliated themselves at Austin Film Fest. 2 days. 2 days. That is record time.
That is, whew.
Yeah, 2 days. It might have even been the next day.
It's like, congratulations, you suck.
Yeah, like as soon as if you want to check out our coverage of Austin Film Fest and what happened, watch that. You'll also get to see Yokai go nuts after I described the Jamie Cersei sex scene to him in mechanical detail. Yeah, he went, get the fetch out of town. Oh, you're not serious. They're screwing on a gravesite? Really?
Yes, of course.
Riding
Why
him
not?
on a gravesite? And really? And then like they're brother and sister, what?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, it's a weird show. A weird show? Understatement of the freaking millennium.
A weird show? What? You mean incest is not allowed? Oh, what?
Yeah.
Sweet Home Alabama, baby.
Well, they're already doing Captain Alabama in Marvel, so.
Oh. Well, at least, Captain Marvel was looking like a Muslim person, I guess it was. And then she had no character in the comics. She had, again, no character development.
And her superpower sucks.
Yep. I have long arms.
It's not even as good as Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic is like the main thing that's cool about Reed Richards that he is really smart.
Yeah, she's not smart at all.
Yeah.
And the art style of that comic.
And also, Reed Richards can do multiple things. He isn't just make his arms long. There's other things that he can do.
Wait, what? He has a personality? How? That's impossible. We're not supposed to have personality. We only has to have quirky quotes and something to have to do with race.
At least when I write snark, I make it in character and I make it actually funny.
Yes.
Like when somebody says, I need to kind of find it. I think there was kind of one point. It's just like, and I should care. Why? Or that's subjective. Try again.
I really don't understand your piece of opinion, but do I look like I care about you? No.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me actually find that. I think I have something pretty funny somewhere.
It's quite funny. I'm laughing right now. Don't you see?
Yeah. Or
oh man, we're only 9 minutes in. No.
Yeah. Or just,
we're not even at the color wheel of doom. Jeez.
Yeah. Maybe just I think I found one. It's not serious. I just want to prove myself. The skeptical look caused him to wilt noticeably, just in case. Hera exchanged looks with her father and brother. So how do we get rid of him so that nobody notices, she asks. I say we kill him and take his dragon, Carleon remarked, tongue dry as an old well. Narcissus paled noticeably and made as if to draw dark fire. Be nice, you two. Cronin chuckled. Just because he's a bit of an ass doesn't mean that we can tease him too much. Nah. Hera shook her head, unable to hide a wide smile. It's way too much fun. That's how you write humor.
Very different types of people. Some are loud, some are silent and invisible. Some have valid arguments to be made about story structure and character decisions that would certainly
You mean every single
Uh,
person on EFAP and every person who has said that The Last Jedi is terrible and makes no sense?
Oh man, this person amazed me how much stupid he is.
Yeah, it's basically a series of
Are you actually this stupid?
yeah, it's just over and
Are
over.
you actually this stupid?
Yes.
Yep. Let's keep going.
Be worthy of debate. If it weren't for the shower of racists and homophobes and misogynists so terrified and hateful of women that
As I said before, I'm a very neutral guy, and when it comes to things, I'm totally straight. And I will say this to you: you have a problem. You have a really problem when you're saying this to people, like, because you are a racist, a homophobe, and all those other things that you would say. That's why this place is toxic. It's like,
So
could you explain to me how and
there's
what?
a lot of women in the Fandom Menace.
Yes.
There are a lot of women, and from what I can see, most of them are hot. Actually, like really, really hot. Like I think like Mary Mayhem, that Star Wars girl, the OG Star Wars girl. They're like really, really attractive. Mecha Random's like adorable. So is that internalized misogyny? Like
Probably.
you're idiots.
female lead getting anything to do at all is a cause for an interview.
Okay, I
man.
think Rey was the only person that was able to do anything in that movie. So she was the main female role that always went to do stuff. So I don't know how it was that no females had to saying in anything.
Star Wars at all. A lot of the racists and sexists are in this category anyway, because it's really hard to love something that's about being a rebel and fighting for the rights of persecuted aliens.
She's not a rebel. She's not a rebel. She never said she was a rebel.
Also,
she didn't
like,
join because she was a rebel.
Yeah,
Poe
she just
is a
joined
rebel.
cuz. Yeah, she just joined cuz. Also, another problem is like he's saying that like Star Wars is about fighting for the rights of oppressed aliens.
Oppressed aliens? What? What?
That
Ow!
is not in the movies. That is
Star
not
Wars is
ever
about
seen.
fighting for the galaxy, for the greater good, and destroying the Sith, most likely, or destroying the evil that is hiding in the galaxy, in an unknown location, wherever it is. There is always something scheming. That was Star Wars. It was always something was amiss, and it took like a whole episode of storytelling to figure out, like, oh, this is happening, cool, or this is happening, cool. And then you came to the conclusion, like, oh my god, this is all related to each other. Nice.
It's like Movie Bob has been stretched out for 2 hours, and we're just having to like dissect each and every wrong statement he makes. And it's so
Well, at least he's not talking fast. He's just talking with lots of gibberish and rich words that are not meaning anything.
And insane talk.
Yes, insanity is the solution to everything.
Yep.
About the SJW agenda. It is, however, very easy to. The Last Jedi made 1.3 billion. Take the minority.
I don't give a shit how much
it's
money
really
you made.
hard to love something that's about being a rebel and fighting for the rights of persecuted aliens, whilst also squealing out the SJW agenda. It is, however, very easy to broadcast your hatred for women and people of color using the filter of Star Wars fandom. To claim that something is being breached by these studio decisions to appeal to more than just white boys. But you get...
How? How?
Were you expecting this bad to be this quick?
Okay. How the fuck does this... How does not liking Star Wars be that you make yourself into a person who doesn't like people of color? Jeez Louise.
The people of color in the movie don't like the creative decisions that were made regarding their characters.
Yes, I just don't like how their characters are portrayed.
Also, The
portrayed.
person responsible is a white dude.
Yes, and
That's-
most of
last
the
I
people,
checked, Ryan
most of the
Johnson's pasty white dude.
and also the most of the colored people actually had their whole character development ruined in the stories. So they didn't have any character development, or their character development was taken away from them by force,
Or
because they wanted to make sure that race stands out all the time, which is a
Yeah.
bad thing.
Yeah. Also, they didn't really.
Also, making a black guy the comic relief is kind of racist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's just like, why is he so freaking goofy?
Yes.
So goofy. It's just.
I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking.
But we're never going to get an answer because Ryan Johnson's a moron.
Yes. He's a moron.
Yeah.
He's Disney's moron.
Well, I think that I honestly don't agree with that. They have distanced themselves really far. The only person talking about Ryan Johnson's trilogy is Ryan Johnson. And also,
And they
also,
at least learned something.
Also, Netflix has signed him on to make 1 billion Knives Out sequels, which is just like, oh, Netflix. It's keeping on with your, really top-notch hiring decisions. Like, you hired Dip Crap and Dummars to do for 5 years, only to have them just do frickin' nothing.
Well, we wanted that rapid fire ballista nerf to make sure that one of the dragons survived. We kind of forgot about the Golden Army. Yeah, also.
The Golden Company, yeah.
Yeah, where were the elephants?
Yeah.
I think you've got to start wondering, what the hell is this plot?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's keep
going. Getting Jamie back with Cersei was the worst mistake ever. Why would you let him go back there? It was so forced that it was cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Cersei
was not longer.
Though I imagine they'll say, I think that if they they would be in the camp of the Game of Thrones fandom is in the right with rather than not, considering the fact that it's very not woke. But the thing is, they don't even have any anti-woke or woke agenda. They're just dumb.
Also, Bran the Boneless is Illuminati, so don't worry about that. His plan was all along to take over the Empire.
Though then again, these people like Movie Bob, and Movie Bob was fine with it. He just thought it was rushed, and he said Game of Thrones is an edgy version of Shrek. It's how dare you compare this to Shrek?
But Shrek is way cooler. It has Donkey in it, the communist leader of the revolution. Come on.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Trolls in there just trying to stir shit up. You get specialized Russian trolls whose literal job it is to
Russian
sow disharmony
trolls. Oh, man.
among fandoms.
Those are scary.
No. No.
Just no.
No. And stay down.
I have a feeling that this was, his opinion, not facts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Specialized trolls trying to stir the pot, and specialized Russian trolls who are specially designed Russian trolls who stir the pot with fandom. It's last I checked, Mahler wasn't Russian.
Are you sure about that, comrades? I think we all are Russian, eh?
Yeah. We're all Russian, just like we're all black.
We all like also vodka and whiskey. Duh.
Yeah. Well, I'm not one of those people. I've never had a drop of alcohol in my life.
I'm getting drunk by drinking one beer, so don't worry about it.
Nice.
Of that minority percentage will be robots. Simple programs designed to spout bigotry and nonsense. The ultimate aim being disruption, disharmony, and destabilization, especially of young people,
last time I
especially
checked,
within America. It's not a great time to be a basically decent person, but also to not be.
You are involved in the cancel culture mob. You have forfeited the rights to be called a good person.
A good person would be a person that would appreciate the opinions of others and then make sure that he puts something that he doesn't like with, and then put it down with facts and logic to make sure that his opinion is in such a way designed that you could see his point of view. Yours, on the other hand, is literally, I don't like this. Those people are to blame. And if you don't like me, then you're a bigot, or sexist, or racist, whatever.
Also, stop filling in holes with your headcanon!
Yes, also, where are the facts? I want to see those facts about those bots. But no, you don't give us any, basis on, websites or, any links.
He'll do that later. But, yeah. We're not going to get through this. I think,
no. We're going to be probably halfway, and then we're 3 hours in.
Probably. I don't think that. We're only at 11 minutes, and we're already an hour and a half. You see why it's
great
kind of
waste of time.
I think you can see why I hate covering. It's so hard for us to cover this because their podcasts are so long and they're filled with dense stupidity.
Would you think about this? If you would have covered this with 4 people, we would have been here for an hour and we would not have even moved 2 minutes.
No, we wouldn't. How about this? We'll go to 2 hours and then we'll call this good and I'll upload this to my channel later.
Sure.
Alrighty, let's do this. Let's try to get to 30 minutes on this. So,
I hope I will be able to get to my color Wheel of Doom.
Hopefully, yeah.
At least then I would spin it.
Yeah.
Be a fan of The Last Jedi because of the company you're forced to keep.
Oh, wait. What?
Percentage will be robots.
Robots.
Programs
Yes.
designed to spout bigotry and nonsense. The ultimate aim being disruption, disharmony, and destabilization, especially of young people, especially within America.
It's not
a great time to be a basically decent person, but also to not be a fan of the last.
Technically, if I believe myself, those 2 people that were on the Wonder Woman podcast, those 2, the married couple, they are still in this one too, right?
Yep.
They influenced their own child, making sure that she will be able to watch all the SJW fan art and toxic fandom. So I don't know, but it seems like you're also one of those people that like to influence young children. But all right, yeah.
Also, just recently, their daughter said, "Hey, I'm non-binary, mom and dad, and I want to be named Willow rather than Lyra." It's like
Willow?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Agree anyway, because it's really hard to love something that's about. Agree anyway, because it's really to your 1983 percentage of that minority percentage will be robots. Simple programs designed to spout bigotry and nonsense. The ultimate aim being disruption, disharmony, and destabilization, especially of young people, especially within America. It is not a great time to be a basically decent person, but also to not be a fan of The Last Jedi because of the company you're forced to keep. Those are your roommates, Cletus, Ivan, and Hatebot 5000. But
those people are awesome. Trust me. I have played a lot of Counter-Strike Go, and I really love Ivan. He's a great guy.
Also, such a poisoning of the well BS. It's saying you can't be a good person. It's hard to be a good person, not like The Last Jedi, because of the people you keep. Sod off.
Come on, man. I really like Ivan. I like Botmaker 2000. Come on. Those people were great. They at least have decent opinions with decent facts and logic they bring with them.
Also, you people are in the same camp as High Top Films, the man who didn't talk about the rape in Wonder Woman in 1984 and said that it was not actual good moral criticism, who said that it was basically just hate mongering or something stupid like that. No, really? You haven't heard that? He said that is totally twisting of the facts. please don't
Oh
do that.
my god!
Yeah.
How
Let me see.
did I miss that? Jeez.
Let me see.
And I thought I saw it all. I thought I listened to it all, but apparently still some facts are just still missing. That's how terrible that podcast was.
Well, it wasn't that. It's High Top Films. Oh.
Oh, all right. Thank God I did not listen then.
Oh, it's on Twitter. He said.
Twitter, that thing that I don't use. Excellent.
Yeah.
Who needs Twitter anyway? It's only toxic.
He says. Basically, so you're in the same camp as this guy. So, nah, this ain't cool. First off, a weird bi-sub grad has even weirder implications is not rape. It's a messy creative choice that you are reading in complete bad faith. You're reading to a real effing thing. Date rape is still a real thing.
What the fuck?
Indeed, that was my reaction.
Jeez. Man.
Also, like, you're not saying this because you care about victims of sexual assault. You are saying this as a gotcha to those who didn't read the body swapping as malicious. Gotcha
the
to
body
people
swapping as malicious? Jeez. No. Yes, indeed. That. Yes. 2 middle fingers to this. Yes, indeed.
No, it's not even that. He's saying like this. Yes.
Yes, this.
Oh, gosh.
This guy is stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, like,
why would you defend somebody? All right, if you defend,
it's not his body. He's in a guy's body, and she's using it like a sex doll without his permission. How is that not date? How is that dissimilar from date rape?
Technically, that is actually illegal. It's like, allow me to just make sure. That's like weird hentai. Come on, you don't want to have that kind of weird fetishes in a fucking movie.
Yeah, it's one of the rare times
you
where
could have pulled it up, all right, but then don't put the sex scene in it, or don't put some love scenes in it. Just
well, here's the thing: it's the one time where School of Movies was smarter than High Top because High Top loved the movie,
and they hated it, but for different reasons. For not the same reasons, they hated it because the Panther girl didn't date Diane, and they wanted her to be together with her.
Though, admittedly, I think that if they had, like, you would get so many people in the theater for that, who are just like probably.
You would have definitely get a lot of people in it because lesbian kisses are always great to look at, but still,
especially when it's. And also, like, it's too, especially when, like, Kristen Wiig is a very pretty lady and Gal Gadot is, like perfect.
But
still,
it is still a very, very disturbing thought, especially how they put their opinions on top of it. So they're talking about all these sexual urges that they always have within them, and they want to feel it like Diane and her to be together and be like, yeah. And it's like, please put your own sexual thoughts, please, somewhere else. I'm not watching you getting horny. Thank you.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
That is especially that was like, oh. That was horrible to listen to.
Oh, TLJ was worse. Their TLJ one was way worse. It took us so long to get through that episode.
Yeah.
And also, the initial video is awful. It sucks.
Well, at least I'm having now Vietnam flashbacks, so that's great.
Fan who loves Star Wars, someone who has loved it since 1977 or 1980 or 1983 or 1996 or 1999 or 2002 or 2005 or 2008, or that weird one in 1985 with Wilford Brimley.
I have aged phenomenally.
Or if you're just a little kid who at age 7 in 2015 went to see The Force Awakens and loved it, and you're a girl and you were just so pleased that Rey got to do stuff the way it seemed that Leia was never really allowed to.
Wait, what? So you're saying a little girl likes Rey because Leia was not able to do what she did. She probably doesn't even know who the fuck Leia is. So she probably only loves it because, you know, there were people beating each other with swords and all that stuff. That is great. There was action, there was explosions. That is what kids love. They like explosions, action, lightsaber fights, whatever. All the cool new stuff like aliens and stuff. That is great.
This is going to get into really manipulative territory in a few seconds, so listen carefully.
But
it's going to get really bad.
Oh God, no.
Leia was never taught about the Force, never got to use a lightsaber and fight the Dark Lord. You liked the original movies, you even liked the prequels a bit, but this one you really loved. And then you go online and it's a mix of adulation for the film that you love and a screaming shitstorm about it being a remake and Rey being something called a Mary Sue. Would that make you want to be a fan?
She was without a fucking doubt a Mary Sue. I have seen Mary Sue's before, and well, she fits the criteria literally correct.
And connect with others who liked Star Wars, or would it make you want to take a big step back and go find something else to do? With Star Wars, it seemed like they don't want women there doing much at all. That exact shit happened to our daughter Lyra. But even if you're an adult...
Technically, she's not called like that anymore, so too bad. That argument is invalid anymore.
Also, like, oh, you are seriously manipulating things. You're trying to really, like, pull up the sympathy card. I don't buy it.
Technically, he's doing it even worse. He's putting his personal life in the opinion.
Yeah.
He's literally saying stuff. Technically, what he would have needed to do is ask her to be coming on the podcast and talking about how she thinks about Star Wars. Probably she would have different opinions. But he's literally saying, my daughter doesn't like this, even though his daughter has no saying in whatsoever what he's about to say, because it could not be true. Why it would not be true is because his daughter has her own opinions, and he will not show the audience about the opinions that his daughter has.
In this case, I believe him, since it seems like Lyra is like probably in the same camp as him. But all in all,
not impressed.
But still, it is a very, very bad thing to draw. Like, hey, I'm going to draw my child in it so that you will get my opinion correctly.
Yeah.
It's like
also, another distinct problem with his line of thinking is that
he only thinks about the future, not the past. Ugh.
That's true, but also like a major problem is basically, what if the movies are bad?
Why? I don't know. He has not even say one bit about it.
Well, technically he's not going to. He's mostly going to. It's basically just this is all just this is basically just whining about quote unquote toxic fandom. That's all that this is.
It is literally a whined rant about it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Fucking hell. I'm a little bit sick and tired of this guy already. And I'm only listening to it 12 minutes.
Yeah. That's the problem with doing them. It is really hard to do a School of Movies podcast. Like, you just eventually just get drained. Because
drained from thoughts.
It's like, it's just a dense, like, just stream of stupid.
Stream, more like an intense, massive black hole of stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, just, I feel the need to do this just to get some sanity. There.
Lovely. Just beat the living shit out of this guy.
Oh, I just love the dark suit Superman because I'm a sucker for black and silver as a color scheme.
I rather would prefer you to play my clip that I sent you with the bomb. You know, being like, you know, hello, yeah, do it.
Is everything ready? Do it. Thousands of souls extinguished by the push of a button.
Exactly.
But honestly, like I'm a really big. I love like just watching him just smash and laser up. I just love that.
Yep.
It's kind of the only like super like it's kind of like everything I like about the Snyder Cut is superficial, and it's like just mixed in with a whole lot of bloat and boring BS.
Yeah, but the action is still cool. So
it is
give
cool.
compliments for that. Action is not always the best thing solution, but if you want to make an action movie out of it, yeah, sure, put it down.
Yeah, it's just that the plot is awful.
Indeed, very bad.
Mm-hmm.
That exact shit happened to our daughter Lyra.
Oh no.
But even if you're an adult and you're getting into things that are new, you face a rocky road. In 2009, having never liked Star Trek at all, I adored the J.J. Abrams film, The Star Trek. It made me go back and watch all the movies in order with a newfound appreciation. I loved both Spocks in particular. But Star Trek fans, mourning the apparent death of their decades-old TV continuity, bitched and moaned about the Kelvin movies. Didn't matter that they had thousands of hours worth of entertainment to trawl back through. As far as they were concerned, these movies were the death of that. In 2013, Into Darkness looked to be a promising remake of Wrath of Khan, and then I saw it, and it was, and everyone seemed...
Sadly, I haven't seen Star Trek, but I have a feeling, according to a lot of audiences and a lot of people that I have seen talking about this, it's really bad.
Yeah.
Especially the J.J. Abrams versions. It's really bad.
Yeah. And then Star Trek. Okay, so he's about to bring up Star Trek Discovery in a minute, and we'll wait to talk about that. And like, I have not seen any Star Trek movies beyond the most modern ones, and the first one is fine. It's perfectly fine. Star Trek Into Darkness is really bad. Like from a structural plot perspective, it is really broken and awful. There are some good performances, and there's like Kirk has a decent arc throughout, but the plot decisions are random and incoherent BS. And then like now he's going to like
Star Trek fans were more appreciative because it had less of the stuff that I liked about Kirk and Spock, and starting out, and passion and rage and logic and life and death and being emotionally compromised. And it felt more like an inconsequential episode of the original TV show where not too much ultimately happened. And it was unamazing as a movie, just like Nemesis.
Beyond also made less money than Into Darkness.
Because Into Darkness poisoned the well.
You know, that's how you do things. You make a hype train, and then eventually, you know, the hype train crashes, and you make a lot of money, and you're saying like, "Psych! I got the money. You got bad thoughts now. Ha! Sucks to be you. I'm gonna make a new movie, and you're gonna be hoping that I will make a better one this time. Too bad."
Yeah. It's the same thing with Game of Thrones or Star Wars. Like a lot of people were saying, Episode 8 will fix all the problems with Episode 7. It didn't.
It didn't. It fucking went on a fucking rampage. Woo!
Oh, and then it's okay. Episode 9 will fix all the problems with Episode 8. No, it's impossible. You're screwed. You bring back Palpatine because you have no confidence in Kylo Ren as a villain, and you shouldn't. He sucks. But you shouldn't bring back Palpatine.
You should have killed off Kylo Ren by making a better bad guy. That would have been way better than Kylo Ren.
Yep.
And then make his flaw
relative to 467 million. But Nemesis in 2002 only made 67 million. And that would have been why they did things differently in 2009 as a means of snaring a much bigger audience, which is the remit of the movies, to bring that niche appeal TV show for nerds to families who otherwise would pass it.
Niche appeal for nerds. I would not agree with that. Star Trek has a pretty hefty fandom. It's not as big as Star Wars, but it is pretty chunky. I don't even like Star Trek. I have no interest in Star Trek. But
you just saw the plot of Into Darkness and you were like, well, this is shit.
well, I watched all of it, and I didn't realize until I developed critical thinking skills in regards to movies that it was bad.
Well,
It was
apparently
just like
their development has been lackluster. Apparently their normal years of thinking was dead.
lots of daddy problems with this guy.
Oh, he has daddy problems. Oh, that's why
yes,
he is so emotionally attached to hatred and feelings. Ah, I see.
Oh yeah, it's basically just like it's kind of the thing with like usually they have either neglectful or abusive dads where it's just like they like and then they go to the opposite extreme where it's just really frustrating and awful. But
oh, stop it, daddy.
Oh, talk lies to me, mommy.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad that Neff couldn't keep up the Maggie May Fish performance the whole time through the April Fool's video.
Oh god. Maggie May Fish also has daddy issues to the max. Holy shit.
Yeah. I managed to keep my David Benioff impression that whole stream. I am proud of myself for that.
I should try to have a whole Russian personality just for one whole stream going. See how that goes.
Yep.
Right. To keep the world alive with the interest of the many when the money from the few would otherwise start to run out.
Yes,
then Star Trek Discovery came out on Netflix, and some fans bitched about there being a woman officer or a woman captain when we already had one with Janeway, or that she was Chinese, or that she was black, or they got Klingons wrong, or the Enterprise wasn't made on Earth, it was made up in space, or the Enterprise can't go underwater, or fucking Star Trek. I'm done with it. You win. You push me out, Star Trek fans. Enjoy whatever else you get. The needs of the few are, after all, the most important. Spock told me in the Transformers Dark of the Moon. And if you are a Star Trek fan and you didn't take part in the above, then that sucks because we could have been friends. We still might be.
Nah, too bad. I don't like you.
No, I don't. No.
I don't want to have a whiny ass man baby who has daddy issues be the person who I don't know has also a terrible sex life be a friend of mine. No, thank you.
Yeah, basically, like this is my summation of school movies.
And if you don't like it, no offense, but you have boring taste and I don't want to be friends with you.
And essentially, like, here's the thing about Mr. Alex Shaw. Well, no, not necessarily about Alex Shaw. Here's the thing about, like, what he just said that's wrong about Star Trek Discovery. Star Trek Discovery, from all accounts, sucks. I have not heard one single positive thing. And if you're only like defenses, oh, it's got a lady captain, I'm interested. Like, that's it. Wow, you are so shallow.
But did it look pretty? That's the question.
I don't even know if, like, even that could be said of Star Trek Discovery. I have heard nothing but awful things, like, production-wise and writing-wise.
So it looked horrible. The acting was terrible. The plot was non-existing, and well, at least it had some female actors in it. Wow, that's indeed shallow.
And also, like, his complaint is like the complaining like that. Oh, she was a lady officer, or that she was black, or that she was Chinese.
Chinese? What?
Like that she was black or Chinese. Like the argument. You didn't hear that bit of the argument?
Yes, but I was like, wait, black and Chinese? What?
Black, or that she was black, or that she was Chinese, or something. Here's the thing. Star Trek fans are really freaking inclusive. They've had inclusivity since the first season, where they had like a Russian and a Japanese man and a black woman.
Well, technically, the whole Star Trek franchise is all about inclusivity, if I'm correct.
Because it's in the future where we've eliminated racism.
Yes.
And then they bring in racism.
That is quite ironic.
Yes.
I should actually write a story about how communism is back. Oh wait, that's already happening.
Unfortunately, yes.
Sharing is caring, am I right?
Yeah. I can't imagine like Neff would be so furious watching this.
Yep.
I think White Dragon would also be frickin' mad seeing this.
No, I think he would be like, what? I think he would have no words for this bullshit.
No, he wouldn't.
Yokai would
No,
definitely
shit.
get his shotgun out.
Head love of Star Trek. That's what's at stake here. Fandoms have walls being built around them, now more than ever. And inside that wall is a closed system tending towards entropy. Thermodynamics nerds know what I'm talking about here. When I said on Twitter that we would be covering all 3 Matrix films eventually, someone in my timeline tweeted, I liked the Matrix sequels with their flaws before I found out I had to hate them. And that made me really think hard about what fandom does to a story, the immense pressure it places on those within its ranks to all feel a certain way.
Well, that's the thing.
This is surely not how things were supposed to be.
Well, here's the thing. We don't have that worry here. We have a variety of different opinions, but we all agree on the same basic principles.
Yeah, that you guys are building safe spaces for other people with terrible taste. I don't know, but that sounds like, you're building a wall there, buddy.
Also, that leads more towards entropy than what we're doing. We're saying, like, no, this is crap. We're not going to buy it.
Probably Dunn has a different taste than me in movies.
I imagine we do, yeah.
Yeah, I like trashy movies. I really like them. I really can laugh for dry jokes and all that stuff. But, I'm still very picky when it comes to those things.
Oh, I love a bunch of trashy movies. I love A Kid in Aladdin's Palace. That is one of the most amazing, hilariously bad pieces of trash that I've ever seen. Same with Sleepwalkers.
Fucking disaster movie with Alvin and Chipmunks being cannibals. So great!
I kind of want to see the movies and react to them because I know that they're, especially like Epic Movie, because Epic Movie kind of like is all like it's like actively trying to defile every single big budget.
Same as disaster movie. It's actively trying to be bad. All right, it is supposed to be bad, so it is bad. The same goes for
It's so cynical though.
Yep.
And it's just so
we have one. We also have one in our own country, which is from Comedy Central back in the day in 2008, I believe. New Kids Turbo. That was great.
Or like the Russian Hobbit or the Russian Lord of the Rings.
Technically, I would love to watch again the whole Narnia series. Yeah. I must say that line was actually better than the new Lion King. That more personality.
That's not hard.
I know.
That's like putting the bar at 0 and then saying, "Oh, you cleared it! Yay!
Well done! You cleared it! You done
it! You raised your foot about 2 inches off the ground."
Oh my god! And then you play Dark Souls, and then you realize there is no HP gain. Because there is no replenishing HP, only Estus flasks, and then when you're out, you're dead.
Yeah, we're just talking about better things because we hate this guy. This guy's nuts.
Even some trash anime is still better than that.
Yeah, trash anime at least has attractive females.
Oh yes, definitely, and some of them has even better plot.
Yeah.
And when those imbalances occur, it can lead to conflict, ostracization, loneliness, depression. These are supposed to be groups we join to discuss and
loneliness. No, we are grouping together. We have a pretty hefty group of people with the same opinions.
Yep. And I'm listening to Dunn to make sure that my writing skills are getting better, and then I'm listening to other people's story to get better, to get more, seeing how they build it up. I like to reference other people's work to my work to get my work better to that point. The same with art. I like to compare my art with theirs and then see what is good with my art and what is good with theirs, and maybe I can implement it into my art with my style. And that is the whole idea of, progress, improvement, all that stuff. I love that stuff. I like to improve.
Thank you,
That's
Johan.
me. Yeah.
Thank you, Johan. I appreciate the compliment. It's much appreciated.
No problem.
Let's keep
I
going.
still not have read the whole book, but I'm getting close to it.
Oh, I look forward to hearing your thoughts when you are finished. Or I'd love to like one thing that would be cool is one thing that I would love to do is have like any reader who wants to like when doing the like a live read whenever they get to something cool in the book, I'd love to like have them post it on the Discord and just chat with them about it.
Nice.
I would love to do that. I honestly like really want to see your guys' opinions. Like if anybody reads my book, like please join the Discord and like chat with me about your feelings about the book. I'm pretty active on there. I'd love to chat.
Like right about now, you could not sleep, so you try to watch School of Movies, and it's terrible. As we said, it was very fun to begin with.
Yep.
With others about worlds and characters we all feel something about. When did it get to the point that among every 100 fans, the foot and part of the lower leg of one of these fans got to set the poisoned tone for discussion to be all about how the thing they all love is dead? Because that's where this has gone. If you search for Star Wars...
Because it is.
Well, technically, Disney ruined it big time, and then they screwed it over by making sure that nobody else can make new movies, so... Yeah.
Also,
yeah,
it's and also like okay, so this is something I need to get out. The morons who say that there is a civil war happening in Lucasfilm between Kathleen Kennedy and Jon Favreau need to wake the hell up and quit it. That is not what is happening. They are baiting you. They are baiting you so hardcore, and you are buying into their BS. There's no civil war happening at Lucasfilm. Whoever is saying that is feeding you a lie, and you are buying that crap hook, line, and sinker. Please grow up.
No matter how persistent, no matter how small, a lie remains a fucking lie.
Yeah, it's just like all of these people are claiming that there's like a pro Favreau faction and a pro Kathleen faction. They're like butting heads. It's just like, no, it's just Disney. Disney actively said, let's make Rise of Skywalker the most like politically neutral thing in existence with the most fan-pleasing, quote unquote, like elements in it. Like, let's make Rey somebody special. Let's say Holdo was a moron. Let's say Luke was wrong. Let's bring Palpatine back. And then the Mandalorian.
They successfully failed at their task of making it neutral. Well done.
And then they made, well, actually, like, I think they succeeded at making it politically neutral.
All right.
Because, like, they tried to like throw out every single element of identity politics that people hated in TLJ and just like we are not doing that ever. No. Do not bring attention to it. No. Keep that out. No. We'll have the most asinine plot ever, but we'll keep out the identity politics. And
well, at least they did. At least they progressed. At least they progressed then, since that identity politics are not very healthy for a movie or a book.
Honestly, I would have preferred identity politics if there was a coherent plot. Like,
but
the
there
plot
is not.
of Rise of Skywalker is so bad that I'm just like, I honestly would like be happier if there was some. I would take the trade-off of identity politics for a coherent plot. This is insane.
As you said, insanity is doing the same thing all over again, but then expecting a different result.
Well, the worst part is they did something different, and it just was worse. These people are dumb.
Well, congratulations.
Like, this is what happens when you get the guy who wrote Batman v Superman and Justice League to write your Star Wars movie.
Well, at least the B movie is better, because it at least has some B-tastic experiences with B humor.
No, Batman v Superman.
Oh, right. That movie. Never mind.
Yeah, Chris Terrio is along with David Goyer, wrote Batman v Superman, and he also wrote Justice League. Both versions. Chris Terrio, please take your career.
Shove it your ass.
Oh, I was thinking, take your career, go off to Thailand, never make a movie again.
Well, he could at least make some Indian movies. Maybe that's better. Bollywood.
I mean go become a monk in Thailand and never do anything again.
A monk. Would he not be better off just, paragliding and then shoot the paraglider out of the sky with a flak cannon? Probably.
Honestly, if he becomes a monk, he won't care about any money, so he won't write. So then I'm happy. And also, he will not have any sex or procreate, which I'm just like, thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Wars is Dead on YouTube, you'll find more videos than you can comfortably watch, with the sole premise being Disney have now destroyed Star Wars with its SJW agenda, and invariably the thumbnail will be Admiral Holdo pulling a funny face. The same thing is happening with Marvel as we speak. Since we're recording on the weekend, Captain Marvel flew into theaters. It's the same boys every time, the same tactics, and it's tedious and it's energy sapping. They did it for Fury Road and The Force Awakens in 2015.
Okay.
They did it for Ghostbusters in 2016, then in a more limited capacity for Wonder Woman in 2017, because a lot of them don't want to say a bad word about the DC universe. Then like crazy for The Last Jedi in late 2017, and shortly afterwards for Black Panther in 2018, and by God in 2019, are they crying out against Captain Marvel, impotently, pathetically, fruitlessly. Now, doubtless...
Okay.
Captain Marvel is literally a plank on a stick that can fly and shoot laser beams and be way too powerful for doing her business.
Also, this is a giant false equivalence.
Yep.
Okay, most of the movies that he referenced are bad. The only good one out of that whole lot is Mad Max Fury Road, because Mad Max Fury Road is one of the greatest action movies of the decade. It is amazing. I love Mad Max Fury Road.
Done. But Ghostbusters, the newest movie, was so good. It was so great about doing their job well. Didn't you see how progressive it was towards, making sure that every single female is great and powerful?
It made me think that females need better education because they're clearly cringy and horrible people.
Their humor was terrible.
No, I just think they're terrible people, and it's just not funny.
It was not funny at all.
It's just, this is cringy. No, it's like, no, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. A, the movie's not funny. It is, in fact, anti-humor. B, the plot's nonsense. It is made of bubblegum and BS.
That's how you write a story, don't you get it?
Yeah. And also just the cast goes nuts, and then you just film it.
That movie gave me a headache from here to Tokyo.
The only way I didn't watch it at all, and I just watched EFAP movies of it, and it's just like, oh gosh, I totally understand why everybody hates this movie. And
the cringe was out of the roofs there.
And also, like, Force Awakens is a really bad contrived movie, and anybody who says that it's like, you can enjoy it, but the second you say it's a good, well-written movie, it's like, you are an idiot.
It is not good written. Definitely not good written at all.
Superficially, and like it is. Yeah,
It looks decent, all right. It looks decent.
Yeah,
that's all what I say. It looks pretty.
Like,
that's the only good thing I can say.
It's kind of the sad. I watched what's their faces Hack Frauds Media, who actually like went into detail about like why The Force Awakens is not a good movie. And he said like it's slightly better than the prequels. I think it's just like the prequels are missing details. This is missing plot elements. I don't agree that necessarily like the Force
If they would
Awakens
have
was
remade,
better on
if they would
par.
have updated the graphics on the original movies, I think the CGI parts, of course, I think they would have made a far better movie than making a new movie out of thin air with
Yeah.
terrible plot.
The soft reboot is the thing that, and the soft remake is a fad that thankfully seems to be dying, but might not be.
Oh boy.
Since New Star Trek is a soft remake of A New Hope in a lot of ways. Star Trek Into Darkness is a remake of Wrath of Khan, but bad.
Yeah, but you
Force
don't have to
Awakens.
remake the movie. You can just only update the CGI effects. Maybe that would have made the movie more up to date to the graphic. It would make the movie more up to date to the new movies that are coming out. So technically, the plot is still the same. All the actors are still the same, but it looks better.
Yeah.
I think that would have bought far better fandom than that trash over there that is still burning into the ground.
And also, kind of the thing is, they consistently, like with Endgame and Infinity War, made over 2 billion. Star Wars, like, dropped from 3 billion to 1 billion.
Oh damn, that's a lot.
And then dropped to 400 million on a $600 million budget. Possibly it lost, like, Solo lost money, people, and technically Rise of Skywalker didn't even break, probably lost money too. Like,
so how are they gonna pay that up again?
Well, the thing is, Disney is an unsinkable ship at this point. There is nothing that we can do to hurt it financially.
Financially not, but we can still be critical about it.
Yeah,
and hopefully
we're still being. Oh, we're going to be critical about it. It's just basically we're just like yelling into the void and just having fun with fans because we're just watching the trash fire. We're just like, all right, this crap. All right, grab the popcorn, fill up the drink, pull up the nice recliner, and watch the trash and watch the train wreck.
Make sure you brought a shotgun with you to just make sure that you can shoot some birds out of the sky.
Yeah. Yeah, either that or...
You're going to burn in a very special level of hell. A level they reserve for child molesters and people who talk at the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Those people also deserve to be here.
There will be some girls in there as well, but I have only ever seen one or two in this sea of pale, angry white boy faces. So I'm going to carry on calling.
Wait, why is he constantly referencing little girls? Is he a pedophile or something?
No. Okay. So what? Okay. So let me back up a little bit so that we can kind of get.
Or is he constantly trying to?
And by God, in 2019, are they crying out against Captain Marvel impotently, pathetically, fruitlessly? Now, doubtless there will be some girls in there as well, but I have only ever seen one or two in this sea of pale, angry white boy faces. So I'm going to carry on calling them boys, and some of them are 47. What? But this is a boys' attitude, so I'm going to carry on calling them boys. In fact, as of...
This doesn't make any sense. According to most statistics, a lot of fandom is in Star Wars is mostly girls. For fuck's sake.
Also, like, here's the thing.
That is greatly offensive.
There are a lot of girls in the Fandom Menace who frickin' hate TLJ, hate Rey, hate Rose, hate Rian Johnson, hate Kathleen Kennedy, hate J.J. Abrams.
But Dunn, according to this guy, he will reference those girls as guys. All right.
It's mostly boys, and it's mostly particular white boys. So I guess Amazing Lucas, a black man who hates this movie with a fiery passion, is like lumped in with the white boys.
This is so offensive towards the fandom. What the hell?
Yeah, you can see why I wanted to cover this one. This was bad.
Yep. Oh my
We're
god.
recording it. But at least we're recording it.
Well, we're almost there to the colorful scheme of the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, we'll probably do. Maybe we'll do a late night stream like another time.
I would love to be there on that, but I don't know how late it then will be for me. That's the main
No, I
problem.
mean like late night for me.
Like this time. All right, then I
Yeah.
will have all the time in the world.
Yeah, basically just like I'll be like, there'll probably be like times where I'm just like, all right, I can't sleep.
Pain! I need pain and suffering right now.
Yeah. Either that or just I need to like get my brain to like be in like a tired mentality or something.
A retirement. Well,
Well,
that will shoot a bullet through your face.
well, the nice thing is at this rate, all I need to do is put in $6K dollars for a few years and for the next 20 years into my Roth IRA, and I'll be a millionaire by the time I retire.
If I get every single nickel for every single time they become horny, I think I will have a very long pile of nickels at my doorstep.
Well, have you seen the research area in Smud Boys?
Not yet. I like to avoid such places, you know.
The research? Do you even know what the research area is?
Probably not.
Oh, it's basically let's spam hot women in the pictures, and I've added quite a few to the chat.
Research area. Guns unrelated and choose. I cannot see it right now, but I think it will be this. Oh, research area. There it is. It's not safe for work. I will press nope on that one, just to make sure that I'm not pressing.
There's no like super bad. The worst it gets is bikinis.
All right, then I will look at it. I will trust you with this. If my trust will be ruined, then well, I guess I will know where, well, that looks nice. Panzers. Ooh. That is some great stuff. That's an Tiger Sherman. Whoa. That's a great cannon looking, and some cool armor.
Scroll to take a look at the pinned comments.
The pinned comments. Well, that looks great. That's a great tank right there. That's a great lesbian porn. I must say, these people look way better than the SJWs these days.
Oh, yes. Let's keep going, shall we?
The Lego Movie 2 show, I christened them Hate Boys, because being a boy should be fine. The word needs a modifier to distinguish this rotten subsection of boydom.
Subsection.
So it's pack up, Johan. We're Hate Boys.
What? We're Hate Boys? What? Where's the hate? Where's the hate crime? Where? I know that I'm not a very good person when it comes to things because I always say things out loud what I think, but I'm not a hateful person. I never hold a grudge. Unless, of course, you make sure that you hit me where it hurts, but
yes,
that's hard to get.
And the nice thing is, we love many things. We are just sad that the things we love are being ruined by white people.
Well, I like to always think positive, and I always try to embrace that positivity like a baby. But when somebody is really making something that I believe in into a piece of garbage, I can no longer express that love into that baby. So, I don't like to hug trash.
Also, here's the thing. Everything that is wrong with Star Wars is the result of a bunch of white people.
You know who I hate? White people.
Yes. I hate a specific number of white people.
I know which one. I know which one. Those people that live in their parents' rec room eating those nacho chips that always like to be, super horny, talking about, all these creepy stuff. Ugh.
Yeah. Also,
Those
last
people
I
with those.
checked, Ryan Johnson has not become a trans woman, so he's still a white male.
Wait, he's not trans yet? Oh, I thought the gun would have already shot fired. Oh,
Also,
well,
J.J. Abrams is a white dude.
he is. Ah, damn it! I need better bullets then.
So your argument is based in such crap. You're such hypocrites.
They can be ignorant, selfish, and they can be only self-redeeming quality they have is that they have an opinion. But if their opinion is wrong in many aspects, then, well, I guess these people are fucking trash. But okay.
There's also kind of another problem. Is basically these people are so useless to society that they have cognitive dissonance relating to how useless and worthless they are. So they come up with this BS.
I even think they cannot even solve an easy Sudoku puzzle. They cannot even.
Oh, let's not be offensive to the monkeys that were their parents.
Back in the day when I wanted to watch some movie or, some TV series, I always learned something, If it was something about friendship, if it was something about science, or if it was something about, cool movies, how to fight and all that stuff, people that are, progressively getting better at stuff and then win something, people that you could see yourself in. But thanks to these people, those kind of series, movies, animations are getting very rare. Let's put it that way. So the only way to fix that is either doing it yourself, which is a pain in the ass to do. Trust me, I'm trying to do it right now. But still, it's a pain in the ass, and I would love to do it. Why? To show people that it is fucking ludicrous that such things exist, that this needs to be done, just to get a point across. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's keep going. Let's get to 23 minutes, and then we'll call it.
I hope we're getting there. Yeah. We're almost
if
2.5 hours.
If you look at the artwork on this week's episode on your phone right now, you will see that I have put together a wheel to help us examine fandom. The most important thing that I need to say as we are moving forward here is that I am not going to make the mistake of gatekeeping. I'm not going to commit the no true Scotsman fallacy. The one that excuses the shitty behavior of an individual or individuals within a group by stating that their behavior marks them out as being not of that group, principally because you can't clean house that way. And because I don't want us to dictate what a fan is or isn't. Clearly,
there are a lot of fake fans running around right now. I think the gatekeeping is fine under certain circumstances.
Keep the weirdos out. I guess that's a way to do it.
Yeah, I'm sickened that a lot of weirdos have infiltrated the Wheel of Time community. Or at least that the weirdos within the Wheel of Time community are congregating, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be insufferable when this TV show comes out, and probably caters to a lot of these insane weirdos. Which is just, thank you for ruining my youth. For ruining the thing the fantasy series that I love the most.
Oh, like an animation series that went to smithereens, like, I don't know, Pokemon with their terrible art style nowadays. Ugh. And the plot.
Fan is capable of doing these horrible things, and a lot of them are guilty of ejecting other potential fans from a community by demanding credentials, especially from women. So,
like you. Like you. Like you. Just like you. He's guilty as much.
You're the same group of people that chased Lindsay Ellis off of Twitter for making a really innocuous comment. You people are insane.
And then he says that we are those people? What a
Yeah.
hypocrite.
Yeah. As far as I know, like, we mostly just say that the people who are rich are morons. And then we'll kind of say, like, your opinion is based in faulty logic and your critical thinking skills are lame. But
Well, technically, rich people can also be very cool and very smart and very
Yeah.
relaxing to do stuff with, you know? You could play a video game with a rich person and you don't even know it.
yeah.
For fuck's
Yeah.
sake. Rich people are not the problem. It's you.
Yeah.
Toxic man babies that cry all the time about their meh.
And also, kind of, even the thing is, you're a white dude.
You're a white privileged dude who doesn't even that likes to simp for women, and you cannot even get your penis into the woman's ass. For fuck's sake.
Well,
Get your
okay,
sex life
that
together.
part is not true.
Ah.
He has had spawn, so
Ah, yeah, true. Sorry, I was a little bit getting that too far ahead of me.
Yep. Let's keep going.
But this isn't about what is or is not a fan. This is about the various human emotional reactions that make up our fandoms. This is about evolving
No, you're supposed to be
beyond
talking
a
about facts, you
binary
idiot,
system,
not about
which is what
emotions.
we found ourselves trapped in. I touched on this with Morpheus last week in our Matrix show, but there is so much potential damage packed into that phrase. You are either with us or you're against us. It paints the world black and white, or black and filled with glowing green ones and zeros. But that is the simplified argument among fandoms everywhere. The ludicrous notion that there is a divide down the middle with people who do like the thing on one side and those who don't on the other side. The compounded notion that the line is exactly in the middle, that both sides are entirely equal in number, that both viewpoints are entirely equal in merit. Or, and this has been very prevalent in recent years, that the dissenting voices come from a group far, far larger than it actually makes up in reality.
Stop booing. There's nothing wrong with it. There are dozens of us. Dozens!
Look at the left and right hand sides of the color wheel now. On the one side, you have like, on the other, dislike. And above and below, on either side, there are 10 other feelings you can have about a thing. And I must state that this diagram is basic, and it is designed to be as readable as possible because it is representational of countless complex feelings. But in the interest of just getting to the point, we've just put it down to 12. Also, your thoughts on a matter don't necessarily travel in a straight line, up or down the scale, nor does it circle in one direction or another.
I would disagree with that.
He's also playing the sad piano music right now.
Yeah.
This guy is getting manipulative now.
He's getting manipulative.
Yeah, he's getting there. He tries so hard to make sure that you feel bad.
2 fetching hours left. Yeah. This is
well,
why
he's trying to get us to the point like, if you don't agree with us, you're a bigot.
You're a Nazi.
You're a Nazi.
You're a Yahtzee.
You're a Yahtzee, my friend. Yahtzees.
Yep.
Like the arm of an adjusting clock. It's better established as a barometer with quite an erratic needle that can leap from love to hate inside of a minute, with no time spent passing secure love nor collecting $200. What this color wheel might achieve for some who are able to look at it is the overall goal of this podcast: to be released from the anxiety of association with the hate boys.
I am down with the hate boys, baby. I am totally down with it hating Star Wars in its current incarnation until it.
Wait. Pull up that image again. I just wanted to know how I need to supposed to be down with those hate boys.
Let me. You know what? Let me actually do something. Let me actually
because holy, technically their quote mark of talking about the color wheel is actually right now. So technically, their point is wrong.
So this is kind of the thing that he's saying right now.
All right, I'm down with the hate boys as well because I love to talk about stuff. I also have the meh and the meh, but I don't have the dislike with merit. That sounds way too that. It is for me. It's either meh, dislike, like, or love, and the rest don't give a shit about. Those are the basic colors you need. The rest, no. The rest don't need to be explained.
Mm-hmm.
Because obsession, that sounds like a weird fetish for you.
Like
secure love.
Like you were obsessed with Diana and
Yes.
Elsa having girlfriends in their respective
Yes,
movies.
yes, they're so fucking obsessed with lesbian sex. Holy shit, it's not even funny anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Please tell us. I am down with the hate boys today. I'm voting for that kind of option. Don't mind if I do.
What we are saying with this is that unless your feelings about Star Wars stem to signing petitions to have Rian Johnston's films struck from canon, and unless you relentlessly post on Reddit about and SJW stealing your toys, that is not you. That is not you. If you listen to our show, it can't be you. Otherwise, we'd have heard from you already, and you would have been very obnoxious. Now, I know that statistically speaking, the vast
You might not have heard of me, but I'm a very good pirate.
Mm-hmm.
I am not watching these movies by paying. Trust me. I'm just go to a friend's house and just start up my laptop and search for them online. I'm not paying for these trash movies.
Yeah, there's also kind of the thing of the correlation with people who are crazy ideologue activists and the trash writers is nearly a full circle.
Is it a full circle? Damn.
Oh, I was thinking, you know what a Venn diagram is, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm referring to.
Oh boy.
In the Venn diagram of crazy ideologues and bad writers, it's almost like a complete full circle.
But I still don't get it. Why would you even include
Probably because like there are some fans that get really hyper obsessive about things.
Yes, but
there are like tiny minority, like people who are saying like we dislike The Last Jedi because of X, Y, and Z is pretty hefty. The fandom menace is fairly large. Like the fandom menace is one of the major reasons why the Snyder Cut got released. And
I see.
I can kind of say, fandom menace. I know what your thought process is. I know what your heart is. Zack Snyder sucks.
He sucks big time. Trust me.
But yeah, this color wheel. It's just like there are people who are obsessed. Like the DCEU fanboys are obsessed with Zack Snyder's vision.
Yeah.
And part of that is because a majority of DCEU fans are morons.
Or big, giant, creepy dudes who like to stalk children in the night. I don't know. Something like that.
Or just like, it's honestly like, I love how Southpaw put it, that the DCEU fanboys are the most obnoxious, like, fans of anything they've covered. And that, like, I would actually agree, like, DCEU fanboys are terrible. They're worse than sequel trilogy defenders because, like, unironically, Batman v Superman is a worse movie than TLJ. I will die on that hill that they are just as bad. Or maybe, okay, that they are both on equal levels of terrible.
Yeah, they're on equal grounds of as terrible. You can put a nuke on them both if you want to. Just to make sure.
Wonder Woman 1984 is worse than either Rise of Skywalker or Last Jedi, though. That movie is just, like, so awful.
Well, you know, Wonder Woman, the normal Wonder Woman is less bad, technically.
That's not saying much.
Yes, I know, right? The fucking Hades was the most trashy person ever looking. Holy shit. Metal Boy was Not impressive. He even used lightning beam. I am power overwhelming.
But there's a
Zap
chance
zap.
few of you are on the fringe or uncertain, or you're already angry over things I've said, in which case this show is even more important, because if you're questioning this and you're questioning yourself, then it's not too late. And
Nope, I am pretty solid in my opinions that this movie is trash, and I will not be moved.
What? Is he trying to change my opinion? What a manipulative bastard he is. Ugh.
if you're
You will never take our freedom away.
Okay, 1 second. I thought that would work better, but I think like showing a tab works better than sharing my screen.
Yeah, probably. It is more louder.
just this morning, while editing this episode, I received
hello
an email
there.
regarding last week's Matrix show from a self-proclaimed red pill who was very polite and informed me that red pill is a term used by not the extreme fringe right, but by most normal people on the right, in order to let other people know that they are awake, no longer believing in the lies and propaganda of the left and the government. Ergo, they see the world for what it is. These are his words. He says, the left have their own version of the red pill. They call it being woke. Basically the same thing. And it...
Yes.
Wait, since when do I need to choose between left and right? I just always go straight ahead and then slam somebody in the fucking face for telling me to go left or right. I will choose which one I go to.
Yeah. Also, like, I kind of have a slightly minority opinion. It's not a matter of like I choose neutrality because I prefer to be a fence sitter. No, it's a matter of I hate both sides.
I don't like to be with those weirdos, but I also don't like those weirdos. So
yeah,
I rather just prefer just stay neutral and kick somebody's ass if they want to show me the power of God or something. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, I believe in the power of God, but I don't believe in their gods, these people's gods.
Yes, I will smite them casually.
With my shotgun.
Yes.
Like,
I will make my own knife and stab them 24 times in the chest. I know that it will kill people, but I don't care anymore.
Yeah, just if you want to come on my lawn, you will deal with my shotgun, you idiotic weirdos. Since
what?
I don't
Did you
like...
booby trap your graveyard? Oh no.
Yeah. Well, kind of the thing is, like, I hate both sides. Like, the left is made up of crazy idiots, but the right has a lot of crazy murderers.
Yes.
Who, like, I have no illusions that, like, there's a lot of, like, people on the right wing who will murder people, but they're, like, a small minority, and then there are people who are just, like crazy evangelical Christians who say that gay people should die, and I'm just like, okay.
Oh, that's so cliche. That is such a cliche.
I know,
that's
but they do exist. They do exist, unfortunately, and those people are bad. And also, like, idiots that say, like, Harry Potter would have been and burned at the stake. Warlocks are enemies of God, and if Harry Potter existed, he would have been burned at the stake. Actual video clip that exists.
Oh my god, you have such strange people in your country, man. Holy hell. And I thought I had to deal with farmers who are very aggressive towards immigrants, but that's all.
Yep.
They're like,
yeah.
All right, fine, you can work here, but then you need to work for less than normal. Well, look at that.
Thankfully,
and then nobody has problems because nobody talks about it.
Thankfully, we have a base minimum wage, but the problem is, like, a lot of the immigrants from, say, like, Africa have a language barrier, and so they can only do the most basic of things unless they learn English.
Well, most immigrants here work on the land, so, you know.
Yeah, most of, like, the people here are, like, fast food, retail, factory work. Really.
What? You have fast food? Oh my god, that's a thing.
Yep.
I almost need to go 6 miles to get some fast food. That's how far away I am from, you know, a city.
Civilization.
I'm literally in a town where everybody knows everybody. I really like it because everybody knows everybody. So every single time you hear something very interesting.
Yeah, I live in a pretty suburban area where I only have to drive like 5 minutes in order to get to a McDonald's or
Damn.
a JCW's. Also, I have a tennis court in my backyard.
Nice. Well, normally, the funny thing is, when I will get my Chinese food, I technically can go on the bike to get it, or I can go with the car and get it. But I rather prefer the bike because then I have to bike for 6 miles one way and then 6 miles back. So that's 12 miles in total that I need to go to get some decent food.
Fair enough. Let's get
Which
it
is
to
great.
let's get it to the final 20. Let's get it to your stopping place.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes remaining.
Well, 1.5 actually.
All right, fine.
It's
Fine.
being used by the normal people and the fanatics. So, woke fanatics. As I
Yes, there are woke fanatics. The cancel culture mob. Are you insane?
What? They do exist? I never knew.
The people who chased Lindsay Ellis off of Twitter are nuts. And they're on your team. You have fostered this attitude. You
Woke
crazy people.
Woke people are fucking crazy.
Yes.
They're insane.
Yep.
They have, even if you join their team, they still won't like you.
Yeah, which is why I much prefer, like, by contrast, are like way more accepting. Unless you do something that's actually bad.
Like
we're
trolling.
generally pretty forgiving of you. Like
we are like the church. We will forgive you, my child.
We will forgive you of your terrible opinions. Et Domini Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sanctum.
As long as you also see reason. That's all, folks. Reason. Yeah. That's the main cause.
Yep.
Said he was very polite, and I hope he's listening because it seems like a lot of what I said on the Matrix show really didn't hit home. Inadvertently, though, what could be seen as a horrific false equivalency of saying being woke and being a red pill are the same thing, if this statement is true and red pill is something that not just a small subgroup of young men, but middle-class, middle-aged white conservatives of all genders also apply to themselves, from Supreme Court judges down.
There are black people on the right.
Are there also black people on the left, right? Yeah.
Yes. Like, there are a lot of black people who are on like, being on the right does not automatically mean you are white.
Wait, so those people also don't like these people? What? What a surprise!
Yeah, like, I think, like, at least Spike Lee hates these people.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. They're like, I will stand up for you. I can stand up myself. I will stand up. No, I can stand up for my. Get the fuck off my lawn.
Yeah.
Down to the wives of Supreme Court judges, this listener has highlighted the fundamental difference in approach for these two political persuasions. Being woke is something the left go through when they realize that there is suffering in the world, and specifically that they can act to help others.
Helping. Yeah, sure, my friend. Sure, you are helping.
I forgot about that one. That is hilarious in light of, like, what has happened, like, the crazy, like, mob on Twitter.
You're not helping anybody. Trust me, you're technically
also,
making everything worse.
I honestly, like, the hilarious, like, day, like, short, like, 24-hour long wet fart that was #cancel Shadiversity.
What? They wanted to cancel him?
Oh yeah. Apparently he's a white nationalist. Didn't you know that?
I thought he was an Australianist.
Exactly.
He's not a nationalist at all in most cases.
Yeah, that's kind of just all he said was that Lawrence Southam's a journalist, like a decent journalist, and Sargon of Akkad getting deplatformed is a bad sign. And because of that, he's a white nationalist, and because he uses peepo memes, he's using it as a outright dog whistle because of peepo memes.
This is why you're supposed to have memes. You're supposed to be laughing at memes. You're not supposed to take it seriously. Jeez.
Also, here's the thing. meme is a real thing because it seems like all of you have nearly the exact same opinions.
That's true. That's so fucking true.
Yeah, like all of you, out of all of you, the only accepted people who liked Joker was Jack Saint of all people. Everybody else on that crew hated Joker, and everybody, not everybody who considers himself semi-aligned with EFAP like that movie. Like Professor Geek refused to see that movie on the virtue of that's the wrong treatment of the character of the Joker. I'm like, I kind of don't care. My thought is, if it's well written, I will support it. I don't really care about.
I have not seen the Joker just yet, but
it is awesome. I love the Joker movie with Todd Phillips. Oh, that was my favorite movie of the year. That was the best movie that came out that year.
Well, if you could compare it to the more movies that came out, then I guess of course it is the best movie, since that most movies were trash that year. But I have not seen it, so I cannot have my opinion on it. Sorry.
We'll have to watch it, and then we'll do the School of Movies.
Oh boy! If we're gonna do first watch it and then see the School of Movies, I will be like, where's the head wall again? Ah, yes, there it is. Bam!
Yeah, let's get to the stopping place, and we'll call it good. Thanks for just sitting with me through this horrible.
This
horrible
is lovely.
podcast.
This is so lovely. This is just as much of sweetness and everything else.
Yeah.
I should have definitely bought some popcorn.
Well, the nice thing is I can just release this on my channel on probably Wednesday when I'm not doing anything.
Nice.
So,
from what I've just been told, the normal people on the right equate that same feeling of awareness with realizing they're being lied to by the system and that they have to look out for themselves all the more. If nothing else, this proves that not everyone listening is going to agree with everything I say.
Well, technically, if you need to look out for yourself, it means that you're grown up. For fuck's sake.
Also, here's the problem. If you don't look out for yourself, how can you look out for another person?
Wait, hold on. These people have not grown up and they have children? What a great success.
Yeah. And also the worst part is his wife is supposedly a therapist, and I kind of want to get Fighting Expert on because he's training to be a therapist and he's not insane. He's a good guy. I like Fighting Expert. He's just kind of a
he at least can explain everything he says. These people cannot even do that correctly. And I have also spoken with therapists, and some of them are wishy-washy, but still they at least make more sense than these people.
Mm-hmm.
Ah yes, the beautiful soundtrack of Doom.
So let us go through all of these 12 points together.
That'll be it.
Let's not do that.
Done. We're done. That's it. We're done.
Goodbye.
All right, we're done. We'll call it good stopping place.
It's done and over.
Alrighty, we'll release this little fun recording. Thank you, Johan, for joining me on this Dunn's Midnight stream.
Ah, yes.
And we'll call it good there. Thank you all for coming. Adios.